Welcome to Beyond Beats and Culture. My name is Chase the Dark Sage, here with my co-host,
T.
and today we're here to bring you that hip-hop goodness. But first of all, how was your weekend?
My weekend was fire, bro. I went to Kizanza.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's not called Kizanza.
Kizania.
Kizania,
That's what it is.
bro.
I'm not gonna lie, when I read that first too, I saw it as that too.
Bro,
So that's why I was like...
I be doing the same thing, bro. My girl was like, it's Kizania.
Hey, it does look like Kizanza, like a bonanza.
Yeah, bro.
But
It was cool, bro. He was a little cop. You know what I'm saying? Out there, catching bad guys. It was cool.
Oh, that's what they do out there?
Bro,
I thought it was like a bounce house place.
No, bro. It's a job. Bro, it's little kids that go find jobs, bro. No, bro. Tell me why they got a Spotify job. You could be a podcaster.
Hey, what
Bro,
did you choose?
he couldn't do it. He was too young. It's a 6+. My girl was just like, hey, following your dad's footsteps. I was like, hey, you got jokes, don't you? But no, bro, all overall, it was a really good experience, bro. It's pretty cool.
I've never been there, but I've seen it, but I've never actually been there.
Hey, you only get in there with a kid.
Hey,
So.
I mean, I'm not going in there without one. So
I'm about to say, you'll be like, what a kid at? Like,
I'm like, oh, I'm scouting right now. That'd be crazy.
Right? Super nasty.
Oh man! But I gotta ask: have you listened to anything this weekend, whether it be new to you or just stuff that you've been repeatedly jamming this weekend?
Hey man, since you know it's the 10th anniversary of Freddie Gibbs Pinata, I've been jamming a little. Went back.
Okay.
Jammed a little. Was it Babyface? Was straight. Oh my God, what's it called? Is it Babyface Killer?
Oh, BFK, yeah, Babyface Killer.
Yeah, Babyface Killer, bro. I still dislike that mixtape. I still dislike it.
I love it. That's what put me on to Freddie, which we'll be talking more about it later on this podcast.
It's just, even though I like a good amount of songs on there, bro, but it's just some of them beats. Like when he rap off like Cooking Soul, Static Selector beats, and who was another one? T- beat was cool. And he had a.
You didn't like the beginning of the tape, then?
Oh, I hate
like
that.
You didn't
Money.
Like...
I used to hate that song. I used to hate the. Man,
I love that song.
In the song with him and Kurt Cobain, I used to hate.
Oh, about it.
I'm about it. I'm doing what I do, dog. I used to hate that song, and I remember used to play it in the car all the time. Like, I hate this song.
I love it, B.
Nah, bro. Oh, and that one song with him and Jeezy. Go for it. You go.
FG.
17 fire though.
Hey, FG's.
Wow, bro. What do you mean, FG's?
We'll talk about it later on with the pop.
Bro, Jeezy a little different now. He's a good guy. He's a father.
Yeah, now, F him still.
Nah, but 17 fire. It's songs on there I still love.
The other half felt a lot different than the first half of Babyface Killer, so yeah, I agree with you.
Both of the Static Selector tracks, fuego.
See, I need to go back and see the actual production.
Fire. And then the one with DJ what's his name? Daha, right? DJ Daha. That one song, heat. See, when Freddie on that type of production, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's the Freddie I love. Like you listen to the old Static Selector joint he dropped. That's the.
I know I've listened to it before, but not back at that time.
Yeah, that's what put me on to Freddie. I believe like it was like
the Lord Giveth and the Lord Taketh.
Yeah, like it was either that one or straight Straight Killer.
Straight Killer, No Filler, something like that.
Nah, it was a Straight Killer, right? It was on Bun B. Bun B on like two tracks.
You talking about not Box Frame Cadillac music?
That's one with Zero. That's on BFK, right?
No, he has but he has a mixtape kind of similar to that.
I remember the Straight Killer, No Filler. That was like before, but it's another one, bro. It's like with Bun B now. I remember it was Bun B on like 2 tracks.
I don't know why I'm thinking of.
I got you the VLP. That's Straight Killer.
I thought it was Straight Killer, No Filler. That's what I thought it was called.
I thought the old one was called that.
Maybe that.
Man, he put out a lot of mixtapes around that time, like 09. I remember all that. But yeah, because he used to be like straight jamming. He used to have them.
Oh, I love that song. It's not on streaming though. I'm like, that sucks. Slamming. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
Where are we going?
He used to have a whole little mixtape series called Straight Slamming.
I didn't know that.
Volume 1 to like 3. He used to be rapping off other people's beats and stuff.
Yeah, don't do that, Freddie. I need you to rap on your own beats.
Yeah, he didn't feel comfortable on those beats.
Hey, see?
You know what I'm saying?
What else did you listen to this weekend?
Man, I listened to, what's that chick name? Faye Webster? She put out a new album. Bumping that. Really good. I love this girl, bro. Like
what genre is it?
It's kind of like an indie-ish, like I don't know, kind of have like a folk, not a folk, but like an R&B kind of feel sometimes a little bit. It's like more like an indie rock feel. But she did like a rock song, like a little song with a Lil Yachty that I enjoyed. It's like,
was she on that Yachty album?
I think she is on the Yachty
Starting
album.
Here.
I think so.
I probably like the song.
Is that the
with
other
her
chick? Is it Faye? I don't even think.
I don't know. You said Yachty was on that album. So
yeah,
I assume
Yachty's
she was
on her
the
album.
other
She's actually from Atlanta. She dates like this black dude with dreads. She's like this.
Is she black?
No, she's just a little needy white girl, bro.
Oh.
Make fire music, bro. Heat. And one other album I listened to, I went back to listen to the Oliver Hart by Idea. Been so long since I played that album. It's really great.
What genre is that?
It's rap. It's more like indie rap, Minnesota hip hop, bro.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Yeah, I know you haven't. You're uncultured, bro.
Correct. I'm the mainstream guy.
Sad. I think I have still been playing the Schoolboy Q album. And an album I'm about to load up, maybe when I hop in the car, is the Tierra Whack album. Haven't played it yet, but I'm hopping on that. We probably should do a review of it, B. Maybe.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to Tierra Whack.
And then, other than that, bro, just same old stuff, bro. Just stuff I have in my rotation. But that was like some stuff I like actually just been like, oh, let me dive into like some old Freddie. It's been a minute. But other than that, what you got?
All right, so first thing I listen to, which I'm not going to touch on every single thing I listen to.
Yeah.
Listen to Missy Elliott's Super Duper Fly.
Oh, dang, it's been a while since I heard that album.
Yeah, and so I wanted to hear it, and I was like, all right.
First time?
Yeah, my first time.
Okay.
I've heard her other albums growing up, but I
Yeah.
really never went back to the first one because, it's from the 90s, and back then I really didn't like 90s music.
This guy.
I know, but I went back to it. I'm like, yeah, this is that Timbaland type of feel and production, which I'm not mad at because
Right.
for the time it was really good.
Right.
And this album, to me, it sounds like, I don't want to say like futuristic, but it sounds like it's not supposed to be in that time. It's supposed to be in the early 2000s rather than be in the 90s.
Do it sound dated or it just sounds...
It sounds like it's Timbaland's production from back then, so it sounds like it's around that era, but it sounds like it should have been in the early 2000s rather than the 90s. So I'm like, okay, this has a completely different feel compared to other 90s albums I listened to. Missy obviously has a good performance, a good mic presence. She did do the Cardinal Raps in that I don't like, though. She didn't start her album off. She had Busta Rhymes do it. I don't like that. But either way, album overall is good. To me, I'm not going to play it back much because it's Timbaland stuff, and I really don't...
You're not a fan of Timbaland production?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
I do like some of the big hits, like Aaliyah's, like, One in a Million and stuff like that. But I don't know why, but it's just some stuff, like, I'm just like, I'm not in the Timbaland
So that's the
mood
only
right now.
Aaliyah you listen to, the Timbaland? You don't listen to that R. Kelly? Nah, yeah.
Oh, well, I do listen to R. Kelly. I don't care what y'all say. I listen to R. Kelly.
Hey, come on, bro. We just getting started. Come on, bro. Don't get us canceled, bro.
Hey, I'm easing them in.
Hey, no. I know I want to interrupt you, but I saw a picture of Kid Cudi. I saw a picture of Diddy and R. Kelly together, bro. That's a nasty.
Did he have the bandana on? Did he have the mask?
Bro, they said that was the wildest night. I heard you do it, bro. Oh my God. Diddy find his way in this podcast every week, bro.
Hey, Diddy's a legend.
Bro.
I don't care what no one says. If he did that stuff, because we don't know as of right now.
Allegedly.
If he did it, allegedly,
Yeah.
he's wrong for that, but he'd still be a legend.
He's still a legend.
Yeah, he's still a legend. Like, R. Kelly's still a legend. Wrong for what he did. Wrong for what he did.
Yeah.
But R. Kelly's still a legend.
He a legend.
I'm just saying.
You can't take away. He can't take away that.
Yeah, he
status.
going platinum in any black household. But one album that I really did love and enjoy was Alone at Prom, the deluxe version by Tory Lanez. This was one of his later projects that he came out with before he went to jail, or probably while he was in jail. He put the deluxe out while he was in jail, I believe.
Yeah, I think he put it out before he went. Not the deluxe, but
Yeah, the regular
because I
version.
remember LeBron James was bumping it.
Because, well, I don't know why. I just went to this album. I didn't know what to expect because I was like, okay, let me listen to some Tory because I haven't heard Tory
it was
in a while.
80s shit.
Yeah, I loved it.
He was trying to be
love
like
this
The
album.
Weeknd.
I feel like The Weeknd was more trying to be like this because I think this came out before The Weeknd stuff. Because I think, okay, so we're going to talk about Weeknd too because I did listen to him as well. But Alone at Prom, I did like the feel that Tory Lanez went with on this album, especially the 2 discs. The first disc is like 30 minutes, so if you want to check out the original album, it's about 30 minutes, and I really enjoyed it. It does have that I'm about to go bowling or what I hear at the bowling alley type of music.
Right.
I enjoyed it. Flower Boy, I listened to that for the first time because I never heard it.
Oh, you never heard Flower Boy?
I stopped at like Cherry Bomb, and then I skipped over and went to Igor. I think.
Okay.
And then I've been listening after that, but I went back to Flower Boy, and I need to re-listen to Wolf and Cherry Bomb now that I'm older. Heard Iron Man for the first time by Ghostface Killer, which is why I'm watching the Wu-Tang and American Saga series now.
Yeah,
on Hulu.
this came out like a whole year later, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Weekend came out first.
No, it didn't. Wait, what album is that?
After Hours came out in 2020, bro.
After Hours really wasn't the pop one. Don FM was the pop one. Weeknd had some pop stuff in here. Tory Lanez was full on pop on that album.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was more, he showed that 80s stuff in After Hours. Bro.
I feel like Tory captures that sound a bit more, but Weeknd does better. Weeknd does it better.
But you can't say he was trying to be Weekend was trying to be him. You just,
Nah, because if you go to Don FM, it's literally that.
yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying. After hours he had his big hit, and then he just went full on Don FM. AM
Yeah,
or whatever.
but he just
but I'm saying, but you can't say Tory.
But that man had a whole album.
That don't mean anything. No. All right, come on, finish, bro.
Look, Ghostface Killer, Iron Man, had to go back to it because I love Supreme Clientele, which I also listen to Supreme Blientele.
Hey,
I enjoyed it. I don't think it's something I'll run back to, especially with, I feel like there's a better West Side Gun album out there for me. Supreme Clientele wasn't bad.
Try Fly Guy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I was going to try that out and Pray for Paris. What do you think about that?
Pray for Paris. It'll probably be more suited to you.
All right. I listen to Supreme Blientele. Like I said, not bad.
It's long, too, and it's lengthy.
What, Pray for Paris?
Blientele.
No. I think it's like a little bit around an hour.
Yeah. I'm saying it's lengthy compared to, like, Paris. I think Paris is a little shorter. It's
like
okay,
cool. I thought you meant just in general the scope of hip-hop.
No.
All right, but, yeah, I listen to Supreme Blientele because I was like, all right, obviously he has an album named after Ghostface. Let me go and listen to that. Okay, then Dirty Nachos.
That Busta Rhymes feature on that.
It was good. I think most of the features were good.
Yeah,
I think most of not all. The only song I really didn't like was the one with the. The only one I really didn't like was the Anderson .Paak song. It was.
I love that. That's the outro.
Like, cool. Maybe it's because I was winding down that night.
You think
it
was too slow?
Tired. Yeah, especially for the rest of the album, which ain't bad because Supreme Clientele does that with the Mary J. No, Iron Man does that with the Mary J. Blige song. But Iron Man was also pretty good as well.
Crazy.
Listen to Chief Keef's new tape with Mike Will Made It, Dirty Nachos.
Never even heard of that.
It just came out this week. I loved it because it brought me back to the blog era. This wouldn't be good because it does sound a bit dated. He does admit that he put some old stuff on there with a mixture of some new stuff. He even has a Sexy Red feature on there that I enjoyed. I enjoyed a Sexy Red feature. I don't know what Chief Keef did with the Dirty Nachos. He put his foot in that thing. But it did bring me back to that blog era, so I will say that it does sound a bit dated compared to Chief Keef's newer music.
Okay.
But it perfectly fits what Mike Will was doing back then. And the Gucci Mane, the whole ATL scene that was happening.
So those like old songs he did with Mike Will, and some songs are new?
Yeah, some of them are old, some of them are new.
Okay.
So yeah, like there was a song called Status that he came out with in 2020. He put it on here.
Was some of the songs obviously you could tell that was new? Like when you listen to Carter 5 and you be like, oh yeah, this old.
Kind of. Like you can kind of tell, but also it just all kind of blends in together because it's Mike Will's sound. And I hate to say it like this, I think Mike Will is getting a bit dated because.
Like what happened to him though? Did he still put out?
Well, he was on Gunna's DS4, that song with him and 21 Savage. That song is hard. I'm like, Mike Will, what are you doing? You need to do more of that.
But I'm just saying he's not.
He's not big on the scene like he was before.
Made it no more. Metro.
I mean, the last time he had a big song, I think was Humble off of Kendrick's Dang. Yeah. But he didn't put his tag on there, which I'm pretty sure Kendrick was like, yeah, take that off. Yeah. Don't put that tag
on. New Kung Fu Kenny.
But after Dirty Nachos, I listened to After Hours and Dawn FM by The Weeknd. I enjoyed both of those projects.
Heaters.
I will say this. I fell off of The Weeknd after Beauty Behind the Madness.
Okay.
I listened to My Dear Melancholy because I remember when we was living together when that came out. That's hard. But after that, I fell off. Like I didn't listen to Starboy, After Hours, or Dawn FM.
Right.
And I was kind of burnt out with The Weeknd at that point because Weeknd has a good amount of music.
Yeah, he does.
He has the trilogies from all those mixtapes to Kissland, then Beauty Behind the Madness, then My Dear Melancholy. It was a lot of Weeknd. And with Weeknd, it's kind of heavy music.
Yeah.
Like it's not like super light. Like whatever the radio be playing, it's not what you might think it is for the person that's just casually
even some of his
listening.
bigger songs was about coke.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, when women love him, I'm like, he is super toxic. To me, I want to say Brent Faiyaz took Weeknd's spot in R&B for black people. Because Weeknd is a superstar now.
Yeah, the Weeknd.
To me, he's not like an R&B artist
No.
He's a superstar. Yeah. So he's like super accessible to like everybody now at this point.
He's insane.
So that's why I say Brent Faiyaz, he's like, I see my lane, let me go ahead and squeeze up in there.
Right.
As the toxic R&B dude. Which, I mean, toxic R&B is now super popular now. Can we say that Weeknd kind of ushered that in?
You don't think Usher did it? Confessions. You gonna make me leave the one I'm with to find a new relationship.
So I get where you're going at with that, but the songs after that, they were kind of like, sweet.
Same girl.
We gotta shout out R. Kelly for that one.
Hey, bro, I was just saying. Usher got some stuff.
Okay, I see that, but I mean like full on toxic, like just full on. Like you're not a good guy. Dog, you're the villain of the story. I want you to know that right now. But yeah, listen to After Hours, Dawn FM. After Hours, I was a bit disappointed in it going into it because of my expectations. It's not a bad album, really good album. It might be my first or second favorite Weeknd project. Okay. But I was disappointed because I heard Alone at Prom by Tory. I'm thinking that's what I was going to get with After Hours.
Nah, I feel like Tory kind of went full, like you said. Like
80s and pop and stuff like that. I thought I was going to get that with After Hours.
But After Hours gave me more of a, like, So what Tory gave was like what he showed in the music videos, like the 80s high school.
See, I didn't
type.
watch that, but yes.
So
yes,
like he gave me that vibe. And then what Weeknd gave was like that pop, like let's say a Blade Runner type like it, you can blurt that out, my bad, I ain't trying to curse. But like he gave me that type of vibe. Like it was like a bigger theme to me. Like it was more bigger production. You can tell.
Yeah, no, I feel like the Weeknd albums, I will.
Yeah. I was like
completely
Tory,
admit that's
it's like
grand.
Tory Lanez, like it's saying, it's prom. The Weeknd is like the ball. It's like the gala.
It felt kiddie.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say
saying,
kiddie, but it felt like
I know
it's
what you
very
mean.
like happy.
Like if you watch the music
go
videos,
lucky.
like he like imitates like Teen Wolf and stuff like that.
Which I for me, that's why I love that.
Yeah,
Because I love what Tory Lanez went for on that
I like
album.
some songs on there. Yeah.
But I liked After Hours, and then I went to Dawn FM because my homeboy Sam, he was like, Chase, if you like those pop songs on After Hours, you need to check out Dawn FM.
Yeah.
I was scared because I never heard anyone talk about it online. So I was like, all right, let me go to Dawn FM. I didn't hear people really talk about it like that compared to like an After Hours.
Okay.
And so I went to Dawn FM. You know, it was kind of that radio vibe with the whole FM thing and Jim Carrey being the narrator of the radio. And I love the sound of Dawn FM, which is why I'm just like, these two might be my favorite 2 Weeknd projects.
So you saying over the trilogy?
I think so.
Over like House of Balloons?
House of Balloons is top 5 for sure. But I think I hold House of Balloons up so high because I had the nostalgia for it. But I think with Dawn FM and After Hours, even though I don't want to say like
kind of different lanes in a way.
Different lanes musically, like sonically wise. It's still the same subject matter. Weeknd talking about drugs, you know, being a horrible person as usual.
It's like just in a different, you know.
Yeah, he just, to me, Weeknd does the same thing as Future. Yeah. He gives you the same thing, but he just jazzes
So
it
it's like Mexican food. You know, you got a taco. It's the same thing, just in the shell.
As a nacho.
And it's the same thing as a shell. It's like a burrito. Burrito just wrapped up. It's the same thing.
Oh, yeah, okay, I agree with you on that part then. I agree with you on that.
Like enchiladas, you know, same thing.
Yeah.
It just got a little cheese on it.
I mean, yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, it's like saying
the Weeknd is Mexican food. Hey, I love to eat it though.
Yeah,
so either way.
It's my second favorite cuisine.
I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
But I do like canes, so whatever that falls under, I like that. Yeah, After Hours of Dawn FM, 2 of my favorite Weeknd projects now. I do still have love for the trilogy mixtapes.
Yeah.
I want to say that. House of Balloons is definitely top 5. Beauty Behind the Madness is definitely top 5. I just don't know where that 5th one is, and I still haven't heard Starboy, so I can't rate
Starboy long, but I got it's some tracks on there that I really like.
Where would you say that's more adjacent to sound-wise? Like R&B, pop?
It's a mix of all of it.
What would you say it's more adjacent to? Because I know Dawn FM, I could say it's more adjacent to pop. After Hours is like a popish R&B type feel.
Oh, man. I might say pop, but it has some R&B tracks in there. So I might say pop.
I thought it was going to be like some, I don't want to say electronic, but
yeah, it's like
because I love the song Starboy, like the single.
Starboy. See, it's more like electronic-ish kind of stuff too, but it's like a good mixture, bro. Like,
so is it like really synthy, kind of like a graduation?
You could tell that he was like really experimenting a little bit on this Starboy. Like Starboy is like, okay, you got room for Weeknd to make a Dawn FM on After Hours.
So it was kind of like testing the waters, basically, to see what really sticks. Okay, I could get down with that. I need to listen to it because I do want to see.
Check it out.
I heard some of the songs off there. I think like Mesmerize.
And then like a Reminder. You ever heard that?
Oh, that's the song.
Yeah,
Reminder, not Mesmerize.
Because that's more of like the R&B, you know,
hip hop,
hip hop
type thing. Because that's Wiz on it, right?
No, I don't think Wiz on that song.
Okay, I'm tripping.
It's just him on there.
But I do remember that song. I listened to An Evening with Silk Sonic. I didn't listen to him at first because they were super overhyped. Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars and
Anderson .Paak.
I didn't listen to it when it first came out because it was just like everywhere. It was super hyped. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of tired of that Leave the Door Open song.
Yeah, they had some major hits.
Yeah, which, I mean, I don't blame them with the sound that they went with this whole like kind of like funkish R&B Soul Train-ish like era of R&B. I did like it.
I love their rollout. Their rollout was amazing.
I just don't think that's an album that's going to stick with me right now. I think there's something I'm definitely going to revisit.
It was a letdown. We could be honest. So? Yeah. It was like,
I will say that to me, it's not super memorable. It was like to me, it's like a great moment rather than an actual.
You know what I'm saying? Like the rollout and how they was doing it, the characters they played was really well. They got hits on there. They got some forever songs. But they was just, imitating other old songs pretty much. But
which I don't have a problem with because you are introducing newer generation, newer kids.
The other problem is that, Bruno Mars is got to worry about all that debt he has over there.
Oh, at that casino?
MGM, you know what I'm saying?
No, someone broke it down on Twitter and said, like, yo, he'll still be making like $1 million per night, even after all the debt that he has after taxes. I'm just like $1 million a night? I'm like, how do I feel sorry for him? Yeah, I'm never going to feel sorry for him.
50 million in debt is like insane.
But he's going to make $1 million a night, B. Yeah. He's going to pay that debt off if he stops gambling within 2 months. I'm just saying.
We hope.
In the next 2 albums, and we'll talk about some of these later, the Carter 2 and the Carter 3. I re-listened to them.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I have to see where this goes because we're going to talk about a certain conversation that we saw online. Right. And I really enjoyed the Carter 2. Like you said before, it is better than Carter 3. I agreed with you. Rapping wise, yes.
Yeah.
I think Carter 3, kind of like how Graduation is Kanye's like branch out album to a different sound or newer sounds and kind of not being in your comfort zone. That's what Carter 3 is for Wayne. And I really enjoyed that right there. Like I said, we'll talk more about Carter 3 later on. This isn't going to be a review, but if you guys do want that, let us know in the comment section down below. But that's the music that I listened to this weekend. Yeah. I think I had a pretty stacked weekend.
Oh, yeah. Because I know you've been going back a lot. So I feel like every week you're going to have like
some new stuff to talk about. Yeah. And then obviously you could react to the stuff that I do listen to.
Because I'm like, oh, yeah, I heard it. Like, sometimes it'd be a long time since I heard some things, but I heard it.
Yeah. I feel you. Some stuff don't need multiple listens to really know how you feel about it.
I know.
So, yeah. But with all that being said, we've gotten out of the what we've been jamming section of the video. Let's go ahead and talk about some news within the music space.
Yeah.
And TikTok potentially going to be banned if the bill for it is signed. How would the music industry be affected if TikTok is banned? You want to go first or should I go first?
Man, I'll take the
You take the reign on this? You take the
baton? The baton, man. How would it affect music? That's going to be really, really... let me say this really well, bro. I'm going to say this really, really, really... I don't think it's going to affect it that much, bro.
I think what it will do, kind of like how we talked about with Kanye last week, which if you haven't checked out the podcast last week, make sure y'all check that out. I think it's going to do the same thing that Vultures 2 would do if Kanye had an exclusivity to his website, then it goes to streaming. I think there's going to be a monetary dip a bit for a while, but then I think it's going to shoot back up.
Because I was about to say something wild, but I had to watch my tone, so I had to stop. But anyways, I'm just saying it like this. I feel like a lot of those artists that's like summer. I'm trying to be a little PC, but I don't think them type of guys is gonna be there, bro.
No,
because I feel like TikTok blowed up so much stuff that was memes, bro, and like it's a video like some something gets popular and they use the song like the whole JID song,
which I didn't expect that to be.
Bro, I listened to that album a good amount of time. That song sucks to me. I'm sorry. It's no way that
it felt like it was going for a radio song.
But it got big. What 2 years later before the album came out? I'm just saying this is what TikTok does, and I feel like TikTok being banned would probably regulate some of you trash artists out here. Y'all won't be having all these plays. Y'all won't be having all these clicks.
I mean, without it, Ice Spice wouldn't exist. Ice Spice was making music before Munch. Munch just took off because it became a huge meme. We've talked about Ice Spice plenty when it comes to her correlation with TikTok and her being big because of it, and her basically being pretty active on there, putting her songs on there, and her songs basically being memes. Yeah. And so I feel like she's the type. I don't want to say like, oh, she's talentless, but from what she's given us so far, and I listened to the EP when it first came out.
She's making TikTok music.
Yeah, it's like super like short, super digestible.
What's that last song about the fart? That's a purposely TikTok song.
Yeah,
that people can make.
This be Tolado.
Yeah, but it's a TikTok track because kids or whatever, they can make like little videos to it. Like,
I think people don't really look at like these labels are probably telling them to make a really catchy song for TikTok and to kind of like space certain things out so that way you could do edits for the video and things like that. So that way everybody can be part of the trend. That way it can push the song out even more. Yeah,
and like we can go into why America wants to own it, because they always, the data and all the money it's making. So what you think, like different corporations like the music industries of what they trying to grab from TikTok as well?
I mean, Universal Music Group pulled the music off there, which I think was, I don't want to say it was a good move. I want to say it was a bad move because even though they didn't come to an agreement about the split or whatever, how much money they was making, I'm assuming, I read it very lightly, a lot of artists were benefiting from that. So the artists that y'all weren't really putting marketing into, those hits were taking TikTok off. Yeah. But I think what's also damaging is you see someone taking off and you want to sign them based off of them taking off of that song. Because TikTok is basically kind of like the new radio.
And then what happens though? Like what happens when they can't keep up that? Because I feel like we're going to have more artists.
Oh yeah,
but I think it's songs I never heard them. Oh, I heard that on TikTok before, or like I heard a TikTok. I don't even.
That's why I think TikTok is like the new radio for this generation. When you just scroll, you just hear different songs. I mean, obviously you have a bit more of a choice, but I'm saying for this generation, if you want to hear some new songs or you want to keep hearing the same song over and over, go to TikTok.
Was TikTok Musically or whatever it's called?
I think so. Where they make the Triller,
right?
Yeah. I think it was Triller at first, where people was making the music videos to their own songs, like rappers were doing snippets and stuff.
I think it was Musically.
It could have been,
because I think Triller was Triller was still having something going on. Remember the whole Versus stuff? Triller was like sponsoring that.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then TikTok was still going ham. So I think it'll affect the music industry
in a positive way.
In a positive way, because some of you little niggas need to get out of here.
I will say a lot of the artists I've heard of, like, I feel like all the artists, like a Yeet, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, a lot of these artists, Autumn, Summers, Sofago, I wouldn't know a lot of these artists if it wasn't for TikTok. Now, they are signed to some big artists.
And some of those guys are, SoundCloud. They have, like, SoundCloud followings as well. It's like I know they say, oh, Summer's been around since 2019. So what?
There's a lot of rappers that have been around that like, they don't have a lot of motion, as the kids say.
It's like, it was so crazy, bro. Like, when I started my take, I was go, wow. I had to really chill out, bro.
You had to get zen real quick.
I had to zen a little bit, but bro,
because these kids on Summers, they ride for Summers.
Yes, bro.
I never knew he had this much.
All you little weirdos that be in them comments, bro, y'all weird, bro.
And they be giving death threats too.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. Over someone having a take.
And then they say, y'all hating on someone you don't even know. You don't even know, this man don't even know you, bro, and y'all are coming at us.
And you know what's the funny part is? I talked about him like a few podcast episodes before that, and I said I enjoyed this project. And that episode, because I was talking about a project I enjoyed, they were still saying, I'm like...
But you know they're going to listen to the
then it was like, we're not going to listen to y'all's bad opinion. Yeah. All right, so me liking Summer's project is a bad opinion.
Facts.
So, I mean, liking the Summer's project is a bad opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a bit salty from it.
It's a clip, bro. It's supposed to get y'all engaged. But come on, bro. Why y'all sending death threats?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's
like
crazy.
The whole Lil Wayne thing I said.
Yeah.
Like, a guy sent the whole death threat to me. I was like, what?
I die behind mine. Like...
I'm like, all right, dog. Like, it's not
serious.
Music never gets that serious. Like, I'm here for the debates. I'm here for the talking points. I'm here for the different perspectives.
And like, don't attack us. Attack the point.
Yeah. So I will say this: TikTok going away, I think it's going to be good because these little kids won't be able to have anywhere to comment but a YouTube comment section.
And then they'll drive all the traffic to the YouTube. But anyways, bro. Overall, do you think it'll get banned or no?
I don't know, because it's supposed to get banned like, what, years ago?
Yeah, but now they really trying to push it, and Biden said he'll sign it. But
I need Biden to sign up on them student loans before he signs up on the TikTok.
that ain't happening. It's just, I don't know. But I don't think it's going to get banned. If I would, I think I would be shocked if it does. I would really be shocked.
I think that it'll kind of regulate content a bit more, too, besides just music.
And then,
in terms of short-form content, there wouldn't be a lot of short-form content anymore. You'd have to go to YouTube for that.
I think it's gonna cause some type of like unrest, or like some people gonna be wilding. Because you gotta think, a lot of people make their money off TikTok. A lot of business thrives off TikTok. A lot of people became who they are, these influencers, from TikTok. So I just feel like if that happens, it's gonna be a lot of mouths not being fed. So I feel like it's gonna be some people gonna be.
Y'all better move to YouTube right now. Make sure y'all subscribe to us on YouTube as well.
And also, you gotta also think about, if TikTok leave, what Meta gonna do? Instagram gonna be wilding. There's gonna be like more of a monopoly on the game. So y'all just watch out.
I mean, YouTube kind of already got the short form. YouTube and I want to say Instagram, they already kind of got the short form game down. It's just that people who weren't blown up on TikTok, they're like, all right, let me try Instagram or YouTube now. And
like like with Meta, Instagram, Facebook, the boy Mark. Man, he's competitive, bro. So
I like that.
I'm just saying. So I'm like, he might be pulling a little strings. He might be throwing some money over there. Like, hey,
I think you need to sign this bill real quick.
We're selling the data. These Chinese people over here, they're getting a little bit of our data, but it ain't coming back to American dollar.
Now me, Mark, I'm going to bring you that data.
Yeah, I'm going to bring you that.
Why should the outside be bringing you the data when, they're not bringing you the data at all.
Yeah.
When I can bring you the data myself.
Make more
for
money.
A little cut.
You know what I'm saying? So, Sneaky Marky is up to something. He has to be, bro. He's sneaky.
I just want to see how the platforms are going to, I want to say, improve if TikTok goes away. I feel like there was going to be, like you said, a little stability, but also there's going to be a little depression for a bit, but everything will kind of stabilize out after a while.
Yeah.
Either way, I want to see that some of these artists that are on TikTok that are shaking their booties to these songs, how long will they last? You don't have that promo anymore, and Instagram is a lot more strict than TikTok.
And
a whole bunch of these other platforms are a lot more
is
strict.
Totally different. It's totally different.
Like TikTok, you could blow up way easier than every other platform.
Yeah. It's like with TikTok also, it's so big that I think this is the only thing that could take it down, like a band. Because look at what happened to Vine. Vine just kind of died off because Instagram pretty much killed it when they made their videos longer and like they did that whole format. And I see that, you know, Meta tried that with their Instagram, but look, TikTok is still thriving. It's still going.
Yeah, TikTok is way better. But I think there's a lot of things that these other social medias don't incorporate that TikTok has because TikTok solely focuses on that, while these other social medias, they have other pots to dabble in.
I'm saying they got too many kitchens.
Yeah.
I mean, too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah, but I do kind of like that though because it's like if this one type of thing dies, I could still be on this platform looking for something else.
Yeah.
With TikTok, you know, you can now do posts and pictures and stuff like that.
Meta tried to buy Snapchat, and then Snapchat was like, no. So and Meta was like, stories. They made stories, bro, and then they killed Snapchat. They killed Snapchat, bro. That's insane.
That's good. Snapchat needs to be out of here, especially with that whole little chain. Like, what was it for Juneteenth?
Oh,
where like I'm free or whatever. Yeah, get Snapchat out of there.
Oh man, I kind of supported it.
What? Well, all right. TikTok music being banned, but someone else I saw on TikTok to segue to the next point. Someone I've been seeing on TikTok a lot after our whole discussion has been Wiz Khalifa, and on there he announced Kush and OJ 2 is on the way and he's working on it.
Was he working out when he announced it or what?
Nah, I think he was just walking around.
I didn't even
literally,
see it.
Wiz kind of used it like you would use like stories.
Right.
Basically, he uses TikTok like that kind of. And I was literally watching a TikTok of him updating us about Kush and OJ 2 before you came over so we could record this podcast. And he said he's working on it. He's on the last few steps of it, I guess.
You saw that cover I posted on Instagram?
I think the cover is hideous. I think it's ugly.
It's so horrible.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, is it like?
I thought you was about to say it
is this like a video game? Like, are you saying you're going back into the past? Like, I don't know.
I think what it is he might be going back to that song. He did say he has Ty Dolla $ign on the album, which he's happy about, even though I think Ty Dolla $ign is signed to him.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, but I guess he might be busy with the whole Kanye.
but you know, he's been with Ye, and also it's like, I almost went on. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. But anyway, I ain't gonna do that. But with Wiz, he also put out like some other. He put out some other little projects with like Cedric and Cardo. They kind of had that Kush and Orange.
That's what some people were saying. I haven't listened to him because I think I fell off on Wiz like super heavy after high school.
Yeah.
But I actually re-listened to Kush and OJ 1 before you came. And I was like, the original version with all the tracks on there. I'm like, dang, this was so good.
So good, man.
I mean, it is so good.
It's so good.
It does feel a bit dated. A bit. It kind of gives me Kid Cudi feels. But I still enjoyed it either way. I just don't want Wiz to try to recapture what was happening back then. Because I think for some artists that could work. I don't think that might could work for Wiz Khalifa, especially with someone who's been through a lot now and he's in a totally different lifestyle. Yeah. I mean, he's still smoking weed, but you know, he's in still a totally different lifestyle from back then. So I don't want him to sound like a 30-year-old guy trying to recapture his youth again. Yeah, but I think you think Wiz could come back with this?
Nah. Moving on. Vultures 2, May 3rd. What you think?
Man, look, Kanye is not reliable when it comes to dropping a date and dropping on the goddamn day. Bro. It was supposed to drop last week or 2 weeks ago. Hey. Now it's May 3rd. This man said he's literally putting the final touches on it. It should be out anytime soon.
Hey, they say he independent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he own it, right?
Yeah.
Black-owned businesses, bro. You can't trust them.
This is facts. They have the worst customer service.
Hey, bro. They be on
BS, CPT time.
You know what I'm saying? Look at him, bro. He acting like one.
I mean, he has time to do interviews with Big Boy, which we'll talk about later on. Yeah, he has time to do that. He has time to parade and do all these listening parties. Yeah. I'm trying to see, are these listening parties just a way for him to fill out the crowd and see how people feel about it? And I wanted him to make sure that he clears all these samples because
I think he played the songs he know he ain't gonna clear.
But also,
I'm gonna get these off somehow. They gonna hit this. Cause bro, I'll be seeing some snippets. I'm like, ooh, the Project Pat Drake?
Oh yes. I'm like, Kanye, please, whatever you gotta do, clear that. Yeah. Clear that and the one with Charlie Wilson. That everybody.
I heard the full song of that.
I didn't. So the thing is,
it's bad.
You know, some of the songs have been on streaming services, not streaming services, social media services, because people are like, oh, you know, they're supposed to put the songs on a day or two before, so that way they could put the full album out. That way people can use the songs or whatever. And I'm like, all right, so maybe the album's coming out last week, and it didn't come out. But still, some people are listening to these songs through social media platforms, which kind of seems weird. It kind of seems weird that Kanye is putting it out this early, some of these songs. I just don't know what to take of this because he's putting out these songs really early. Yeah. He put out a good amount of them. Yeah. Is Vultures going to be releasing before May 3rd? I mean, is it May 3rd?
Yeah, say May 3rd.
Is it going to be releasing before then, or?
We don't see, man.
I don't know, man. Kanye, just stop doing listening parties.
Yeah.
Stop it. I don't want to see snippets. I don't want to see clips. I want to hear the goddamn album.
Yeah.
And from how some of the album sounds, it could potentially be better than Vultures too. That's not saying a lot.
Yeah, I know it's not.
But it could be better than Vultures too.
It's so amazing, bro. I was like,
The album? I know.
no. It's so amazing. Like, I was at a point in my life when I was like, I think Kanye doesn't have that influence anymore. And I was like, now he still has it, bro.
Oh, okay.
And I went down. He's 7th in the world on Spotify again. Like, he's up there. And I'm looking like Carnival's #1. You got all these people talking about Kanye. He's doing the interviews. He got Ty like his first #1. No, not his first #1. I'm bugging. He got Rich the Kid his like first #1. It's like Kanye still has that pull, bro. And it makes me think, what's Drake thinking right now? I think Drake wanna on that parade. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Drake kind of gives me what Hov does to Nas every time. Remember that time when Nas was dropping it and Hov would drop something? Like, I feel like Drake was like, yo, let me show him who's the real guy is.
But you know, Kanye recently said F you to Drake because he pulled
Drake was like,
Durk.
what are you doing to me? You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, he pulled Lil Durk for something. I forgot what Drake pulled Lil Durk for, but Lil Durk was supposed to be with Kanye on his Vultures rollout or whatever. Yeah. So, you know, Kanye had this big old blow up on Instagram saying F you, F you.
Yeah,
he had a big blow up to Kai Cenat, you know, the Twitch streamer.
Yeah, that was just stupid, bro.
Yeah, I think that was just out of line a bit.
Yeah,
I was like...
Like, I know Kai's a grown man, but he's a freaking kid, bro.
Yeah, like, he's super young.
Yeah,
like, he's my brother's age.
Yeah, bro. I think he's like 21 or 22, something right there.
Yeah.
He's a kid. He went him before?
Mm-hmm. We was at DreamCon a few years ago. And
when you went.
He was super
big. Yeah.
And so he met him, and I was like, who's that?
Yeah, because I used to watch him when he was in college, bro. Me and my girl used to be watching him, bro, all the time, bro.
But, I mean, Kai's cool, though. Yeah, I watched some of his content with him and AMP. But, yeah, he was just going off because... Kanye sent him the wrong size. In my head, I'm like, you sent him the wrong size. Yeah. You're a puppet for the corporation or whatever.
That's why he's messed up to my, you're a pawn. And he gonna tell me, so I feel like this for no reason? Yes!
But the worst part is Kai, because it's Kanye, and Kanye does have that pole influence, Kai was like, watch this, I can say this, F Adidas. I'm just like, Kai, no. I get it. You're very young. You're very,
naive?
Naive, but you're also very, when the little kids get influenced easily.
Oh, impressionable.
Yeah, impressionable. Mm-hmm. He's very impressionable. Don't say F a corporation that could potentially give you a deal as big as
he got a deal with Nike right now.
I mean,
he got a shoe, I think, or somebody.
But still, he could have had a further down the line deal with Adidas.
But
I mean,
it's Nike.
Nike's. No, I'm saying now, but I'm saying later on down the line. If you know this whole shoot,
but it's Nike.
I mean, didn't Kanye have something with Nike at one point?
Yeah, but he got dropped. Yeah, he got. Yeah,
or he dropped him.
So not him and the Nike deal was like real crazy, and then he went to Adidas, and Adidas effed him. So he went lower, and he was just like, oh, you.
But he still made a good amount of money.
Yeah, I'm just saying when you go down from Nike to Adidas, you know, it's number 2, but it's like Nike is like.
Yeah, but Kanye also brought Adidas up. Kind of like Ty.
Yeah, he
brought
did.
him up.
Ty actually brought up.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, what was the last 3 albums he put out without, what was the last 3 albums?
Oh, you talking about the ones that people loved?
What?
Jesus is King.
Trash.
Yay.
Trash.
Donda.
All right.
You think it's trash, but people loved him. Like, I see people online talking about Jesus is King now saying, Jesus is King wasn't as bad as y'all thought it was. It was because of him talking about Christianity is why y'all hated it. Me, my head, I'm like, no, it's just bad.
Bro, Ty got him to curse. I'm just saying, Ty made the album.
And Ty got him to put hi-hats on the album. Because he didn't want to put Carnival on there.
Facts.
Which we'll talk about that interview later.
And yeah, we're going to get into that because Ye is just, we know his ego is just.
Yeah, his ego is out of there. But I think he be trolling sometimes. He is a troll.
I don't think he trolls. I think he actually thinks that.
Nah. He be shooting from the hip. Nah. That's what I think with his mind.
I'll punch Kanye in the face, bro.
What? I don't be literally shooting. Jeez, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to hurt nobody.
I do.
Nah, no, gosh. But yeah, Vultures Volume 2, May 3rd. Yeah. Do you anticipate it being better than Vultures 1?
Nope.
I know you probably hope it is.
I don't.
You hope it's on the same level?
It could be trash, whack, or anything. It's like anything Kanye, I'm not hyped for musically anymore.
Are you going to listen to it?
I will listen to it only because of this. But that, like, I don't get hyped for Kanye no more. I just don't.
I mean, I don't get hyped for Kanye either.
Yeah.
But I will say that if I see something new Kanye come out, I'll listen to it. It might not be on that day, I'm not gonna be day one probably,
right.
but I'm still gonna get around to listening to it.
But this will make me listen to it day one. You know, us doing this and putting out this content. But like before then, bro, like I was like,
like Jesus King, I think I heard
like Donda, bro. I heard that like Jesus King. I heard like the night of though. I remember because we was podding then. I believe, yeah. We was, bro. We was.
Oh yeah, but I don't think I heard it the day of though.
Yeah,
but Donda came out after Jesus King. Okay, cool. I had to get my timelines right. But yeah, Kanye, get your act together. Please put this out. We're gonna be talking about you later, so Kanye, still stick around if you're watching this. He's not watching this. But let's go ahead and go on to the next piece of hip hop news. The last piece of hip hop news: Meek Mill wants to start a podcast.
Hey man, come on aboard, Meek. Everybody got a podcast, bro. For real.
But people online don't take people who have podcasts' opinions seriously.
It's crazy because like back when we was doing a podcast, like let's say even before, like the
which
other
podcast?
I know we tried to start so many pods, but it's like. It wasn't that big. Now it's like oversaturated with a lot of podcasts. Only the real ones make it out. You know what I'm saying?
Only good content makes it out.
And like with Meek, you start a podcast, you look for a deal. Yes, you probably will get a deal off your name. But I don't see Meek lasting long in a podcast game.
So
I just don't.
My thing is this. I think Meek Mill will have one of those type of podcasts that will release like once every few months type thing. Yeah. Because what he said he wanted to talk about, and I got to find it on here somewhere, but he said something about talking about reform and talking about changing laws and things like that. Because
we don't want to hear that. Like, I go to the news for that stuff. And I don't want to hear from Meek Mill. Bro, a lot of stuff you fought for is kind of hurting America right now. And I ain't even going to get into it. Because then y'all going to be looking at me like, this not political. So I ain't even going to get into it. But still, Meek, just sit down somewhere, bro. Continue eating your fries on your knees at the swimming pool.
Yeah, or continue going to the freak house with Diddy. I mean, the thing is this. It's funny because I thought that him and Academics' beef was going to be over. Yeah. Because, you know, Meek said he wanted to do a podcast. Yeah. I'm trying to find where he actually said what he wanted to do it over. But
probably like just as like some blackity black. Like
he said if you have a business moving slow, I can reverse that. For Meek Mill, I've always been my own media, and I want to join the culture of black media. I feel like he's kind of like pandering a bit because he was getting attacked.
Yeah, with all that like bro, we don't care about that, bro. Like Meek Mill, you're a joke to us, man.
I will say like this: Meek Mill has had one of the biggest fall offs we've seen in hip hop. Yeah, he was at the top at one point.
It's like he had a point when he was rising, right? Then at that point when he was getting lower, and then he went to jail, and then him and Drake beefed. You know, him and Drake beefed. Then he went to jail. Yeah, then he went to jail. He got out. He started doing all this prison stuff, hanging out with like freaking.
Him and Drake got back cool.
Yeah, him and Drake got cool. He started hanging out with like what's the dude, Kraft guy that owned like the New England, Kraft cheese and like New England Patriots. Hanging out with them, people making you do jump rope. I like doing jumping jacks at the tennis. Like you was hanging out with all these like billionaires and stuff, and then people started making fun of you again, especially when it comes to the whole DJ Academic stuff. So I don't know, man. You're a joke on social media. If I was you, I kind of like stay away from it. Like keep your lane. Like I'm gonna talk about how I feel about you about another artist later. So we're gonna do that.
So I will say that DJ Academics, when he first heard of Meek Mill doing the podcast, I assumed he set his beef aside because he said, "I'll offer you $1 million up front for you to do 52 episodes, one a week. We own video and audio with the option to renew for a second year. Also, we buzz down ads 50% on any ads we bring in, Prize Picks, Fashion Nova, etc. Right. You can own the podcast, but we share the IP as long as you win the deal." Yeah. I think that was a pretty good deal. Obviously, Meek Mill has probably a substantial amount of money, which I'm trying to see why would you... I get why you would want to deal with someone, because then you're getting more money rather than putting all your money up front. Because I remember T.I. came out with a podcast, and he said he stopped, or he's still going?
I don't know. I used to watch it. It was one of the worst podcasts
with T.I. He did have Kevin Samuels on there that one episode. I did enjoy that.
I didn't watch that.
But he said that he had to stop doing the podcast because he just saw that it was a net negative, basically. Yeah. Like he was putting way more money into it and it wasn't making enough money or generating enough money. Which I don't think it was bad, but like I said, it's one of those things where Meek Mill will do the same thing where he'll put out an episode here and there, but it won't be like super consistent like a JBP.
Yeah, you got to think about it. Like you also got to look. It's like with the record industry. Like you have artists that want to be independent, they want to put out their own stuff, put all their money. But you also have artists that need record labels because you need those people that's going to do the marketing, that's going to do, get in the studio time. Some artists don't want to deal with that stuff. They just want to show up, rap, go home. So that's the type of deal Academics sound like he was trying to get Meek.
Which, I mean, it sounds super easy. Plus, you don't have to put your money up front. Yeah. It just sounds it sounds like a layup shot to me.
You come over here, you film, you do your thing, but like it's still not easy because you also got to get up that, like, bro, potting and doing this.
Wait, no. It's not easy if Meek were to get that deal?
No. I'm saying I'm saying academics giving him that deal, knowing that potting looks easy, but it's not easy.
Well, that's because academics has his own pod.
But I'm saying giving him that, yes, that's like an easy layup. I know what you're saying. But I'm saying getting up there, doing it not every day, but once a week, it's not easy. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying it's an easy layup for Meek.
Yeah, it is. But I'm just saying that's why he said 52 episodes. Like to do 52 episodes in a year, bro, or like half, or what I don't know what it was.
That's a week. That's an episode.
So it's like an episode a week, bro. It sounds easy, but it's not.
But that's the thing. We don't know how long the podcast is going to be.
Well,
it could have been 30 episodes, 30-minute segments.
But if you're gonna talk about prison reform and all this stuff, you might have to put some time on that.
It's Meek Mill. Stop giving him the benefit of the doubt.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even want to listen to it.
I think I wouldn't listen to it either. I would listen to like a few episodes to see where it's at, but I probably wouldn't be an avid listener.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of, like, to be honest with you. Only podcast that I'm a fan of like a successful rapper is probably Lil Yachty's. Because Lil Yachty's podcast is actually kind of
Safe
funny.
Space?
Yeah, I'll actually listen to it because it's actually funny.
Yeah,
I can hang out with them. Mm-hmm. But like listening and like rappers that wasn't successful. Like I listen to JBP. Like Joe Budden was like this mega star. But like T.I. tried to listen to him. He's like super pretentious. He used words out of context. I don't know, it's just like he had Alex Jones on the episode and it was just bro, I heard him have a conversation with Kenan Owen one time and she like made him look like an idiot. It's just some people I just don't want to hear speak.
I think it's one of those things where you're getting someone who's like super like expert in this field, and you barely know anything, or you probably know stuff that people talked about in passing, and you try to pass on that you think you're on the equal playing field with them. When you're not. You're gonna get schooled really hard, easily. It's gonna make you look like a fool. Respect T.I. I know you don't, but I respect T.I.
No, I respect him as T.I. as like, bro, I will never attack you as like a man. It's just some of the stuff you talk about, I feel like you're not that knowledgeable about. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's some stuff I'm not knowledgeable about, I'm not going to talk about it. But I feel like
I would love to learn if I don't know.
But I be hearing T.I. say some stuff, I'll be like, bro, just stop. Like, come on. Bro.
Look, T.I., man, I love you. I only seen like 1 or 2 episodes of your podcast, and that was the one with Kevin Samuels, because that's the GOAT.
RP on.
But yeah, Meek Mill, I just think that his ego was really getting the best of him, and people were still roasting him because everybody was like, why don't you take that deal? And I get like people like us in lower positions than Meek Mill, we would easily take that deal.
Yeah. So
someone like Meek Mill, obviously he has the money to do it, and looking at it from the outside, looking in, you would think that someone want to take that deal if someone's willing to do all the work and you still get 50% of it.
Yeah.
While all you have to do is just break up the topics and talk.
Just show up pretty much.
Yeah, and so my thing is, I'm like, Meek, why don't you take that? But I feel like his ego is getting the best of him. I mean, he was saying like not a finance podcast deal thing. Oh, well, I hang around all billionaires and I'm caked up, which people talked about him saying, you caked up.
Yeah. So yeah,
you streaming for your chicken and truck.
Hey, bro, we're just gonna move on from Meeky. You know what I'm
I will say this though. Because Meek Mill let his ego get the best of him, academics got right back on him, started roasting him. Meek Mill talking about, I ride through the city, I'm stopping hood beefs and stuff like that. Then academics brought the receipts out. I'm just like, Meek, stop.
You gotta stop.
You're getting cooked.
He'll never win, like, okay, academics.
You will never win an internet battle.
Yeah, you'll never, because you're not an internet guy.
You didn't even win the rap battle. That's your expertise.
So you stick to the streets.
No, don't even do that. Academics brought the receipts out for that. You can't stick to that.
I'm just saying, like,
just stick to your home. Don't stick to the music either, because I heard that last project when you were with Ross. I love Ross. Do not do that ish again.
You ever see the time when he was leaving his mama's house and he slipped?
No.
So he can't even be home.
Dang, you just gotta sleep.
Bro.
I mean, his last project that he put out, Heathenism or something like that. Yeah, this boy was talking about, I'll never fall off a few years ago on Breakfast Club. And then Meek Mill brought that out. He didn't even break 100K that first.
It's so crazy. I almost said, Meek, the only thing you brought to hip hop and that you contributed to us was Dreaming Nightmares intro.
Dang, what about I'm a Boss, B?
Huh? Who plays that?
B, that song was cool back then.
Back then. The only thing he got that lasts now is Dreams and Nightmares.
So you telling me he peaked with Dream Chasers 2 dropping on the internet and Dreams and Nightmares intro?
Go back to that mixtape. It's not even that hard.
Some of the songs on there is hard. He's not that hard. To me, he was a regular to me, he was a regular mainstream rapper. That's why I'm like, why did this tape break the internet?
Because, bro, he was, I remember the Dreams and Nightmares of 1.
No, Dream Chasers 1, you mean?
That's the one when that's Meekadelphia. I remember the whole Meek. He had hype, bro, on the internet. I remember.
Yeah, but my thing is this: he wasn't doing anything spectacular.
He was yelling, "I'm riding in my old hood, posted on you."
I mean, he had some cool features on Dream Chasers too.
I never thought he was that good of a rapper. I liked him when he did his battles with nappy hair.
I thought he was standard.
Yeah,
That's
the
all.
The nappy braids Meek.
But yeah, last thing I heard from Meek, not the EP, but that tape with, that album with him and Rick Ross.
Yeah,
I was so disappointed. The first 2 tracks got me beat. Oh, they got me real good.
We talking about Meek a little bit too much.
All right, man. Hey, let's go ahead and go on to the music section of the podcast because Meek, we're trying to warn you right now. Definitely heed that warning. But music section of the podcast, and we are about to actually do a 10-year anniversary review of one of my, if not my favorite album of all time, Pinata by Freddie Gibbs and Madlib.
#1 gangster rap album, says this guy.
Yeah, I say that is the #1 gangster rap album of all time. That doesn't mean it excels in every single force better than all other gangster rap albums. But when you're putting all those elements together in this album, he does it all real well.
This is why. I'm not even gonna say
What?
because sometimes I gotta stop myself, B.
Wait, censoring himself.
Yes, bro. I
Boy put a big old black bar in his brain.
I be forgetting, bro, where I'm at. I'm on YouTube. It's not the same YouTube of back then.
Oh yeah, back then YouTube was
It's
wild.
not 07.
But this is our first time actually being able to talk about Pinata in full as a review.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, what was your thoughts or anticipation going into this album when it first came out?
Oh man. So take me back, like 2011. He and Thuggin'. It was Thuggin'. That was the first song I heard with him with Madlib. I think that was the first single they dropped. It's 2011. I'm like a junior, I believe. Bro, how he just started on that beat with the aggression. It's come on, bro. Like it was just so fire. But I'm like, hold up, bro. Madlib bringing out, even though Freddie sound like that, regardless to me, like when it comes to like when he was on even on Static Selector production on that EP, but just that production from Madlib, it was a perfect combo. It was like I'm telling you, bro, it was like when
Perfect marriage.
bro. It was, bro. It
21
was
Savage
like
and
magic.
Metro.
Nah, this is way on a
Way
whole
better.
nother level. Yeah, there's a whole nother level.
But that's the only one I could think of at the top of my head.
This is like when that mac and cheese and them greens hit. You know what I'm saying?
Mac and cheese and yams.
Yeah, I mean, and that yam.
Because the greens, they kind of got that juice on it.
But I still like
it's cool.
it. I still like it, though.
But I kind of rather the mac and cheese and yams.
All right, we'll rephrase it. Yams and that mac and cheese hit. I'm just saying, bro. It just hit me, bro. I was like, okay, hey, I didn't know it was gonna be. I don't know. It's been a long time ago. I don't know if it was exactly like announced that. Oh, boom, bam, it's gonna be an album they're gonna drop. But I feel like in 2012, I think that's when they kind of like, oh yeah, an album's coming out because I think Deep came out. Shame. Red cover. I just remember the cover. Okay. Yeah.
Because Deep is like the yellowish.
Yeah, the yellow
like
white. Yeah. So I'm just trying to go back into my old brain. But yeah, bro, I was hyped for anything at that time when it came to Freddie and Madlib when I heard Thuggin'. That's what I'm gonna say.
So my initial reaction when going into this album before it came out, I found out about Freddie from BFK and Cold Day in Hell. First it was BFK because I saw the cover of it on live mixtapes, and I was like, yeah. No, I think Cold Day in Hell came out a little bit after.
No, it came out first.
Okay, it did.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
I remember.
Yeah, okay, that's why I didn't listen to it right after. But I remember seeing the cover and I was like, this guy looks like Tupac. Let me check it out. That's literally the only reason I checked it out. BFK.
He was wild in that cover like an alien.
Yeah.
Big as head.
But I heard that, I was like, yo, this is that gangster rap I like.
Yeah.
And it's bumping too. That was back then when I was in my trap.
And he had Zero on there?
He had Kirkle Bangs. He had a big feature list on that album.
Oh, yeah.
Or mixtape, I mean.
And kind of on Cold Day in Hell.
Yeah, he did. But at that time, I didn't know about Cold
2 Chainz, all that.
And Big Crit production.
Bro had Pharrell on Big Diet. Remember that song? Was Pharrell on that?
I gotta go back to it to see. I'm not as familiar with Cold Day in Hell like I am with BFK.
No. This is BFK. Diet. With Pharrell.
Did he have a Pharrell feature on there?
Bro, I don't know if I'm tripping, but I kind of remember this, bro.
Let me see.
It's like 2011.
Freddie Gibbs.
Look
I'm not able
up
to
Diet.
search it up quickly.
Do it on, what you on?
I'm on Spotify.
I don't know if it might.
Yeah, but either way.
Anyway, bro, yeah.
Yeah, either way, when I was going into this album, I think Babyface Killer came out in 2012. DJ Drama was, the DJ over it, so it was basically a Gangsta Grills at that point.
Yeah.
And my initial introduction to Freddie was this project, and I was like, all right, it's giving me that gangsta-ish. So when Pinata dropped, I'm like, okay, him and Madlib. I'm like, this Madlib guy looks familiar, sounds familiar, but I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
At the time, when I heard Mad Villainy, I didn't know it was like two people. I always saw like, oh, MF Doom, Mad Villainy. I never thought
it was a producer.
Mad Villain. Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought like, oh, it's MF Doom, Mad Villain, all these
yeah.
beats. And so going into Pinata, I'm like, what the F is this? I'm like, yo, this is not what I signed up for. This is not the stuff off BFK. This is not the stuff off of Cold Day in Hell. What the F am I listening to?
But he has some static.
I didn't go to that. And I wasn't on that boom.
It's not even that. But I'm just saying on BFK, he has some sample songs on there.
And
like
guess what?
Soul production.
You know what's funny?
He killed it.
You know what's funny? The second half of BFK back then for me was boring. The first half with all the drug raps and stuff like that and him going super hard, the trunk knockers, that was me all day.
That song with him and Currency on BLK, fire, bro. What's the name of it? When I heard it again today, I was just like, yo, this is heat. And Currency had a fire verse on there. Tell Bun, me and Gibbs come over. He was going off, bro.
What did I tell you about Currency, B?
Bro, you bugging, bro.
I gotta keep the agenda going. I like Currency now, but I gotta keep the agenda going of the Currency sound.
Bro, keep going with your spit.
But like I said, I heard Pinata and I'm like, I don't like this because the production to me just did not catch me at first. I didn't like that slow boom bapish, less bass production. And so it was a bit slower compared to not slow, but in terms of like,
because BLK is mad slow.
Well, I mean in terms of like boom, boom, boom. Like it feels very upbeat. How about that? The lesser toned production overall.
Because he starts you off with Supplier.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get into that. But going into Pinata, I did not like it. I eventually listened to it so many times that I thought that this was a masterpiece. I think that this is a masterpiece.
Did you listen to it? You listened to it in 2014, right?
Mm-hmm. I listened to it when it came out.
Yeah.
And so that's why at first I really didn't get it. And so I had to listen to it a bit more. Yeah. And then it caught me later on after I listened to it enough times. I don't know why. It took me a while to get onto it. Then I had to learn about Madlib. Then I had to learn about this being like a whole group thing. And then obviously, you knew when Bandana was coming out. I was huge on Bandana. I was getting the EP vinyls, the singles, and all that. I mean, shoot, back when we first started vinyl collecting, I was getting the singles for Pinata. Yeah, I still haven't got them all. But hey, I was getting them. But let's go ahead. Let me see. Let me go to my notes because my notes is kind of everywhere right now.
Bro, oh my God. I remember the first thing, this album hit me day one. Mm-hmm. Like, listen one. This one of them albums, listen one, I was in. Mm-hmm. Just bro, it's with Madlib, right? What he did with this album, it's like this black exploitation, like the skits. It brought you in, even with the production, like even some of the like interludes, some of the beats after the song, and then just, bro. Could we just get into the album?
Yeah. Like, let's go ahead and get into it. That's what I was about to say.
My history with Freddie, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like me actually listening to this album, I got Freddie. I got his personality. This one he brought his humor into it, like with the skits. Because like some of his older stuff, Freddie was Gangsta Gibbs.
No, he was full out gangsta. I thought that he was Gangsta like Gibbs. You couldn't joke with this guy at all.
I'm like, this is when I believe Freddie. Mm-hmm. Like 2011, 2010, 2014, probably not 26. I believe Freddie. I don't, I ain't gonna get into it now, but like, it's just this one, like, bro, he's speaking that gangster shit, bro. Like, just even how he was describing some of the things that, supposedly that he did in the past, or like, just some of the stuff he'll bring talking about his dad, how his dad was a cop, and just the stuff. I love that line about like talking about I was crooked. Like, come on,
he was
bro.
talking about how like his dad was like, yo, like you not doing the right thing, but your dad, his dad was barely making like under 30K a year,
under 20,
under 20.
And then he said, that's why you set me up with them 20 pounds. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just certain things he was putting together in his album.
Talking about Pinata gets me excited,
bro. Talking about, I had like, bro, when I re-listened to this album, because it's been like it's been like 5 years since I actually just listened to the album. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, yo, the picture they painting with this, the production, the concept of this album is just like, and even him bringing up the Harold's chicken and him talking about being in a tracksuit, and you think about the cover, and it's just like, you just can picture all this stuff. See, bro. It was
when I first heard the Harold's, I didn't get it, but my girlfriend's from Chicago, and she always tells me when I go to Harold's.
They got one in Texas now, bro.
Oh, yeah, right by my dad. But, yeah, my girl would always tell me Harold's Chicken, Chicken. Yeah. I'm like, Harold's Chicken? I'm like, that sounds familiar. Yeah. I'm like, nah, I never heard of that. And so when I went back to listen to this album after I met her, I was like, I get it now. You're talking about chicken.
Chicken,
and
bro.
so to me, that just added a whole nother layer to a song.
And then
like
them
that.
birds, because you got to think about the stuff. Like, come on, bro. You just got to think about it. What he was doing, bro. Like, what he was talking about. Like, what he did with this album. Like, Madlib brought out Freddie, bro. After this album, Freddie was way more, he always was confident on the beat. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like he had way more confidence after that album. Because after this album,
I told you that a few podcasts ago.
After this album,
I told you he always brought that lyricism with him right after Pinata. He always infused it even with the gangster rap stuff that he was doing.
He did.
Way more than he did in BFK.
Yeah, but BFK was different because he was going.
BFK
You got to think about what he was with CTE. He was affiliated with Jeezy, so he had those songs. Cause remember, I know him from. I was disappointed in B. I didn't like those albums like that. I didn't like those mixtapes. I like the Static Selector because he was bringing that gangster stuff in. He's on these boom bap beats, soulful beats. Like, bro, when I heard Pinata, I'm like, yo, this is what I like. This is the Freddie I like. This is his lane. So, like, after this, right? After listening to this album, bro, I remember just going back. Like, I remember, like, not playing anything, bro, and just listening to this album. And, like, me taking this break and listening to it again, I haven't stopped playing it, bro.
I tell you,
like, bro,
so good.
It was crazy because there was some moments on this album, like, Knicks. Like, I haven't heard Knicks in a minute. And when I heard it, I'm like, I forgot how much I love this song. I started thinking about the freaking remix with him and Joey and Action Bronson.
Yes.
I just started thinking. And
I
was like, why that's not on here? Why that's not? But did they put it on the deluxe edition?
I think they put it on the deluxe, maybe. Or it was maybe the instrumentals or stuff like that.
Bro. It was just, this album brought me back. It was like a time capsule for me. And it don't feel dated. Like, it don't feel like, oh, this came out in 2014, because this is a Madlib production. And Freddie gonna rap his butt off, bro. You can listen to Freddie in 2011 and it don't sound dated. Because Freddie's rapping. He has his flow, he has his pocket, and just Freddie. And this album just made me like, dang, bro, like Freddie actually was, he had this one line, bro. I wanted to do lines, but like I was working at the same time, so I couldn't really just go to a list of lines. But
I remember he said something on this album. I forgot what song. You know how it is to feel making minimum wage, not getting paid, but you got to go steal the microwave or something like that. Oh my gosh! I'm like, yes.
Nah, he had some lines on here, bro, and just like, man, Freddie. This album is his magnum opus, bro.
Yeah, to me, this album is perfect. I remember hearing Bandana, and I was a bit disappointed and let down because I'm just like, it has a fewer amount of tracks. It's shorter than Pinata, I believe. And I feel like the beats on Pinata were way better, but I feel like because of that first time experience listening to Madlib and Freddie Gibbs and them coming together on something like this, I just feel like it was magical, man, because so much greatness is on this whole album. Like I told you, I think it's the #1 gangster rap album.
Usually. That's good. Because one thing you got to understand, some of these songs is Freddie from 2011. This hungry Freddie. This Freddie that, and 2014, like, it's some newer stuff I think they recorded in like 2013 and stuff, but it's like, this is hungry Freddie. This is like, I'm off CTF Jeezy, because we can get into that song. But like, this is him like showing and prove like, all right, I'm on my own. I got this distribution deal with Empire. I'm doing my thing with what is stuff you call? ESGN. So we got him on Real, which was crazy. And I know you want to talk about that track, so I'm going to alley-hoop it to you.
Okay, look, we've talked about how we feel about this album. Should we just go into, we've talked about basically how Freddie is rapping his butt off on this album. Yeah. Should we just go ahead and go into the production or the actual track list of this album? Because we could go by track list. Obviously, we don't have to get super in depth.
Yeah.
We could talk about the production, the features, and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But if I'm going into like the first track, Supply, which kind of sets the tone for the album itself, and I'm just like, oh, Freddie. What am I getting with this album?
Right.
Even when I listen to it now, The Strong Survive. I'm like, all right. But then we get Scarface. Yeah. Every time I think about the song, I'm like, oh, this is a song with Scarface. I'm like, no, it's another song. It's Broken, I think. But we get this song. And I remember Freddie saying something about how he didn't know how to rap on this song. So he only had like one verse, no hook, no nothing. He just went in. Yeah, and I feel like it completely sets the tone for the album. I mean, the actual first track does as well. Yeah. But Scarface definitely sets the tone for this. Little sirens. I'm like, oh my gosh, why you put the sirens on? The dogs is coming. Come on. But then we got a song like Deeper, which he talks about, being with this one chick. He's this gangster dude as usual. But then, she's cheating on him while he gets locked up for a little bit. Goes with the guy that is getting the degree and stuff like that. But then she cheats on the guy with the degree and stuff, back with Freddie. Yeah. And she ends up pregnant, and it's Freddie's baby. Right. And I'm just like, man, cut a Negro deep. I'm like, okay.
And what's so dope is I like the approach to like the woman's song on this album. That's what made me text you like, yo, the track listing, the
sequence?
placement and the sequences is amazing. Because when he talk about, when you go into deep, right, and just the subject matter of deep, it's not like this, romantic story. It's actually like this gangster story. It's like some
Gangsta
real stuff that
story.
happened. Yeah. And it also brought me back to old Freddie, like girl tracks I did not like.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was like, don't feel comfortable, it's feel forced.
Even songs after Pinata feel forced.
And how him and Madlib, the production, I don't know what pocket he put them in. The storytelling on this was just amazing. I love the approach to it, and I was just like, man, this was beautiful. And I love watching this music video. I used to just watch this music video all the time.
Oh man, I gotta go back to some of the music videos because I haven't watched them in years.
Yeah.
But man, the stories and the pictures that he paints on this album was just
The music videos are amazing on this, bro.
I do remember Thuggin' though.
Thuggin',
is the
when
one
they come in, when they, hey, they come.
Thuggin' is the
I'll
one
never
that sticks in
forget
my mind.
Hey, Thuggin'.
But
You just think about them with the mask.
the mask. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro, coming in with the.
Oh man, I love Pinata, man.
Yeah.
But then we got High, just a smoking song basically with Danny Brown. I think Danny Brown had a really good performance.
I love
on the
that
song.
beat, but the first start of that beat, I'm like, ooh. I remember being when that song, when I heard the song for the first time, I thought they was gonna rap on that beginning beat, and then when it went, doo, 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 I was like, that's crazy, because in the beginning I'm like, oh, this gonna be smooth, and then that went, I'm like, oh, this fire too though. But I love them to go back to that and see if somebody can do something with that.
Give you a little unreleased type joint with that.
That was fire.
Then track 5 we have Harold's, which he's talking about, you know, getting that 6-piece mild sauce. Yeah. Give me all the fries you got. I turn the B words off. Yeah. Oh man, come on.
And like
man.
I told, like I don't know. Hopefully, it didn't get cut out the video about the chicken reference and just all
the birds and stuff like
and
that.
all this. Come on, bro. You just gotta, bro. Come on, man. Come on,
man. But after that, we have Bomb featuring Raekwon.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Oh, and then it's funny because every time I hear the song at the beginning, I'm like, what song is this? And then it switches to the beat.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then you have the little beat break in the middle, right before him and Raekwon kind of like switch off.
Yeah, Because Freddie had what, two verses on there, and then
Raekwon comes in at the end.
Hey,
I'm like,
the
chef. He definitely cooked with that verse.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man. But then we got Ishville, which is like the hardest hitting song, I want to say. I don't want to say hardest song because
you could just, bro.
The hardest hitting song.
And some good lyrics as well.
Mm-hmm. I love I don't want to say the story he tells, but the picture that he paints with, like, I really come from an effed up place. Yeah. Like, this is an effed up place. This is not the softest place that you think this is.
And it's just like, it's crazy how, like, if you think about, if you hear some of the lines, like Freddie, mom went to college, his dad was a cop, his brother graduated from college, his sister did, he didn't, right? Mm-hmm. And you have, like, okay, let's say you have a 2-parent household here, but you also got your environment, you know? And I feel like Freddie became a product of his environment. Even though his dad sort of too, if you think about some of the stuff he dealt in and being a cop, he was a little crooked, you know what I'm saying? And him talking about like Shitsville and him talking about, he said, and then you have a line like, if I tell my mom I died from natural causes or something like that, like if he get killed, like in Shitsville.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't like find like my
He was just saying, I just tell her it's natural. So I don't know, to me that it just felt like a product of my environment of like being in the hood and people dying from like getting killed is like a natural thing because this is normal. It's Shitsville. I don't know, that's just how I felt about it. Like, dang, it's kind of hard. Me being older, I'm kind of listening to some of these lyrics different and kind of like, you know, understanding
it. A bit more perspective.
Yeah, more perspective with it. So I'm like, dang, that's kind of deep, Freddie. Cut a nigga deep.
After that, we got Thuggin', which I think is one of the smoothest songs, talking about just being a gangster.
Yes, bro.
How can you do this on Thuggin'?
Yeah.
This song, the production on this, Madlib, is just so smooth. It's just so good.
Yeah.
But also, it's just so Thuggin'.
It's because
Thuggin'.
It's like Freddie got like this flow, bro. Like nobody else really can do it. He can't emulate him, bro. He's, you know. And him and Madlib together with those beats is just a perfect marriage. And just he had different lyrics, like what do you say? I still can rap better than any short butt shorty. Any lyric, I'm still lyrically better than any short butt shorty. Like going at like, okay, I'm technically a gangster rapper, but I spit, bro.
Look what I can do with this pen.
You know what I'm saying? Look what I do with this pen, bro. I'm a sharp, bro. You know
I just think like songs like this, I'm just like, Freddie, like how do you do this? And like you were saying earlier with him having great flows, I just think Freddie is a master of finding a pocket and just being able to hone in and master on that. I'm just like, because me in my head, I'm like Freddie with all these beats. Because when I listen to him, I'm like, how did you even find a way to flow on this? Like, how did you find like the 1-2? How did you find a way to, okay, my line stops right here, I got a rhyme right there. I'm just like, dude, like, I'm like, you had to have been studying some type of like mad villainy type stuff to kind of like
he said he did a little bit though. I think
he said he could out rap MF Doom. He said he was ready to see him.
Yeah,
RP to the go MF Doom.
But he need to stop smoking.
Anyway, I would have loved to see an MF Doom make a feature on one of his Madlib projects. So,
and even going back to that short but shorty lyric, it kind of remind me of like, bro, I talk about the same stuff y'all talk about. Why y'all can't rap like this? You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of made me think about as well. So.
Oh man,
Freddie was on this.
Yeah, he was on that ish. Then we're going into the tracks Real and Uno. I kind of want to put them together because he is dissing two rappers. Real, where he has two different beats on this song, and at first the first song was cool, but then the second part of that song of Real was a diss to Jeezy. Him basically talking about how Jeezy, you a fraud, you a punk, you not who you say you are. Like you did that stuff back then probably, but right now you a punk. And I'm just like, whoa. And I think that was just one of the like wildest things I heard when I first heard it, because I'm like, he's dissing Young Jeezy. Yeah, he said the name, and it's Young Jeezy. Yeah, one of probably the most respected people.
You at the time you didn't notice that the whole.
No,
split?
I knew that they had friction. Okay, but my thing is this: you dissed him. Yeah, and you was like,
calling but he was like, but he was calling him out like in interviews and stuff back then.
Yeah, but I'm talking about on the music though.
Oh, if I call you out in an interview, the music you're gonna get.
But you know, back then we didn't really get that type of stuff back then with the name actually being dropped, and it was Young Jeezy. Yeah, like like the last person that dissed Young Jeezy. Gucci? Someone died. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, Gucci him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Someone died.
Oh, my bad. We can't say that. Unalived him.
Someone got unalived in the beat last time Jeezy got involved with something. So to me, it was just crazy to see, like, you really diss Young Jeezy. I'm like, this stuff that you rapping about right now, I gotta believe it. Yeah, like, it's like, there's no way I cannot believe this right now. Now, later stuff that happened later on.
Yeah. He sold us, bro. He sold us.
Yeah. But then we got Uno, where he disses Lil Wayne. Yeah. I never shot myself or kissed Negroes in their mouth. I'm Gangsta Gibbs. I'm number one with the bullet. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You think
I want to know why he dissed Wayne.
But I'm like, you think he was dissing Wayne?
He said, I never kissed Negroes.
I know, but I'm like,
I never shot myself or kissed Negroes in the mouth.
Yeah, but like that could have went to anybody that shot themselves and kissed somebody in the mouth. But you gotta think.
We know that that's Wayne.
Did he ever come out and say it?
Because does he have to come out?
I know what you said, but it could be appointed to any situation. People are always saying like rappers are, and people always pulling out guns and shooting themselves like Plexico. Like, come on, man. And Wayne was a kid when he did that, so you gotta think about that. He was a kid, so I don't know.
I get what you mean, but I think it was a diss.
I don't.
To Wayne. B, that perfectly lines up with Wayne. B, we are of the age of, we remember when Wayne pictures was coming up of him kissing Birdman on the lips.
But it was like, it didn't even really look like that. It was so messed up, bro, when it came to the quality of that picture. Like, come on, bro. When we edit this, put that picture up. I'm telling you, bro. It doesn't look well.
Okay. I think he was dissing Wayne. But we go to the next song with Robes. And I think Freddie did a perfect job of putting Damo Genesis first, then Earl coming in right after
Damo be rapping his butt off, bro.
Then Freddie came for that third verse. Yeah. I'm like, just smoke the rest of this, Freddie, please. Earl and Damo, though, oh my gosh. Great performances by both of them.
I only think of you.
This song is so hard. I do want to say that, I don't want to say the album falls off, but I will say that the album has a bit of a shift after it hits Uno. I will say that the album feels like it gets a bit more calmer in terms of tone. But that's still not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I think it's intentional.
I will say that the first 10 tracks, it's a lot more louder and up tempo. While the next few tracks are the more laid back, lo-fi-ish type of beats. And I still enjoy it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I think it's intentional.
You think so?
And then he ended off with like.
I think it's intentional because of the black and white. How there's two different sides.
Come on, I don't, because it's a zebra, bro. You're not cooking on this one.
Yes, I am.
I think it is. I don't know, bro. I don't think on this one. I just think he just showed his smooth side, and I feel like Madlib gave him some other stuff. Like, yo, I could do other things with this, and he displayed his songwriting ability, bro. Like him talking about L.A., Broken, really good track. Scarface, I just feel like when it came down to this side, even though like with Harold's, I feel like he broke stuff down more in in this other half.
I feel like this other half was like
it was chill stuff.
It was very feature heavy, which is cool because none of the features were bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. But I'm saying I like Knicks, like him talking about the Knicks and all this. Like that's one of my favorite songs on the album. It just
Do you like this version better or the remix version better?
I like this version better.
Okay.
Just because it's the first one I heard.
Okay.
Yeah. But I used to like watching the music video with Joey in action. But yeah. And then Watts. We didn't even, did we skip?
This is an interlude.
It's an interlude with just a guy talking trash.
Yeah, which I kind of do.
Yeah, I like it. I always play it.
You got that little derpy beat. I'm like, yo, what's happening? He's just talking his trash.
Yeah, I know you my nephew,
but
but you... What?
We skipped over one of the best songs on here.
Lakers?
Shame.
Oh, Shame. Oh, Shame.
Shame right before Watts? Oh my gosh.
Shame is amazing.
Shame. I don't know what it is with DJ Chicago Kid, but when he gets with certain artists, he just creates magic on them hooks.
Especially when he on some soulful stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
oh man. The last song I liked with BJ the Chicago Kid was on a Big Crib project.
Yeah.
And it was a song produced by Not the Wonder. So you already know how that is what's going in. So this song right here though, Shame.
Yeah.
Oh man, BJ the Chicago Kid was in his bag on that hook.
And see, and this is one thing about the placement. Okay, third track we give you like a romantic, little woman's track, technically, and then Shame you give you another one, but it's in a gangster way. You don't have to take that walk of shame, shorty. You know what I'm saying? Just certain things, and like him smashing other dudes, smashing his girl while her baby daddy pulling up, and then like, come on, bro, you know what I mean? Like, what
you said? He's smashing his dudes. I'm like, no, stop.
Smashing his girl's homegirl while her dude pulling up while he leaving. You're like, yeah, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? It's just. Bro, everything is like you can see it. The picture he was painting in this album and Freddie was in his bag. His songwriting was amazing to me, bro.
I feel like this album perfectly painted the world that Freddie comes from and the world that he lives in.
And he was feeling it's Gary, Indiana, bro. We like we said with I'm from Gary, I had to show you. You know what I'm saying? Like
and I get the fact of it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm a hardcore gangster, I don't have feelings. Like, no, like this stuff kind of hurt me. Like I'm not gonna really like get too emotional about it, but it hurt me. Yeah. Like, I'm being honest with myself. But then the last track we gotta talk about, Pinata, the posse cut, which to me is one of the better posse cuts I've heard, just in general. And I will say this because the Mac Miller fans did attack us through our shorts. Mac Miller gave an excellent, superb performance on here. Yeah, this is one of the better Mac Miller verses I've heard.
And me, I think Mac can rap. I will never.
I think Mac can rap.
Never.
But this right here, he was just going. Yeah. Like if you just let him go, and this makes me sad that we didn't get that Madlib that.
But they say he still has it.
Yeah, he still has it, but there's no telling if he'll actually put it out though.
Yeah, but Michi smoked him, bro. Michi. I'm saying I don't know.
Fly for Zombies, right?
Yeah, Michi was the script and talking about like killing them. But he was the bars was on there. Nah, Michi killing it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like I can't even say Freddie has the best verse on there. I kind of wish Freddie would have went last.
I think who had the weakest verse to you? Let's say like 1, 2. Oh, you can't say it.
Let me see.
1, 2, 3. Casey Veggies.
I was about to say Solomon.
Oh man,
that's the only person I can think of. Casey Veggies was cool though.
It was cool. I feel like his first half he started off
Solomon,
strong.
I can't remember anything.
Yeah. Casey started off strong and then just. I'm like.
Hey, Damo set the
Damo had two great performances on this album.
Yeah, I love it. I kind of wish Earl was on this now because Damo was on.
But bro, I don't know. That's another album. Fuck it. But now I was thinking about like a Schoolboy Q. I don't know what album that was.
That was on the Freddie project.
Yeah.
I gotta think about it. I gotta sit for it though.
I'm like, anyways, but anyways, bro. Overall. I love this album. Mm-hmm. This is a 10 out of 10.
Yes! I love to hear it.
With no skips.
Yes!
No skips, bro.
Cook.
Hey, no skips, bro. Cook. 10 out of 10, man. Yes! I'm sorry. This is great.
Perfect album.
Perfect.
No skips, no bad beats, no bad features. Bro. You're not getting many albums like this.
Bro, you're not, bro.
The quality of this product.
Bro. And the time they took with the album. They didn't rush this album out. Like Pinata took a while as well. Mm-hmm. It was like we was like fiending for it.
And Bandana, it's not bad.
No, it's not.
It's not bad, but it's not Pinata. Yeah. Pinata is a whole different beast.
It's a different beast, bro. Like different animal. It's a different animal.
It's like
different species. It's not even from this planet.
Yeah, I will say the beats, everything about this album is just great. It's fantastic. Like this is why it's one of my favorite projects of all time. Because just what Freddie does with this, and he made me like boom bap stuff. Yeah. He made me like it. Because back then, I didn't like that ish. Yeah. Now? Yeah.
He not cultured, bro.
Yeah.
It takes talent. It takes talent, bro. And that stuff brings out us. With Madlib production, it's gonna make you. Because this album showed Freddie creativity. Album will go back to the songwriting. Bro, the pictures he was painting, bro. Mm-hmm. I put that on my notes, bro. Like his creativity, bro. Mm-hmm. The humor. I love him bringing the humor into this, bro. Because it felt really perfect. I'm like, bro, now we know who Freddie is. Because like once you got that, you started getting more Freddie. Like him being on like Lorder Squad, like going to his Instagram and seeing all his stories. Like he's hilarious. Like he a wild dude, bro. Like he's a really good personality as well. But that also brings up how I look at Freddie now. His internet tactics. It's just, bro. Now I don't believe Freddie no more.
No.
I don't believe you no more, man. You know when like in Space Jam when Charles Barkley pop up, man, and he couldn't even shoot with the kids, and they just said, man, who are you, man? You just a wannabe. You're not Charles Barkley. Get on.
Can you please not?
Be on. That's how I feel like Freddie right now, man. Freddie, I love you. Still a great rapper, bro. But that street stuff, man, I just don't believe in him.
I believe him. He just Young Jeezy.
I don't believe in him.
I feel like Benny the Butcher would too now at this point, if something like that would have happened to him. But for me, with Freddie, I feel like he's in a way different space. He's definitely elevated in his career that he can't. He does get into some stupid shenanigans, I will say that. Yeah. And Freddie, I get it. You might want to prove something to other people. You might want to like still say like, oh, I'm still this dude. But then stuff like where you getting beat up, which everybody gets beat up. I'm not saying you got immune to everything.
But also, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I think Act might give you the hands.
And I just don't like the fact that they started Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, the whole Freddie, bro. I know you like to show your personality, bro. You can't just show your cheeks to a chick, bro, knowing who you are.
I think you can if you.
That's what I'm saying, knowing who he is, bro.
But you also, chick. but that chick though, you couldn't do.
I mean, you can't do that, bro.
Especially with a chick that's in the industry.
Bro, I saw a clip of this girl getting pounded out with your baby in her tummy, bro. I need to stop it. We need to cut this out. We need to cut this out.
Nah, we keep this in because this is a retro. This is a look back and reflect on Freddie's career where he is now, and we still love Freddie and his music now.
Still a great music.
But I just hate some of the shenanigans that are attached with Freddie Gibbs' name now when people talk about him. They don't talk about him with the music. They talk about the shenanigans.
And it's just like with him and Meek. It's like, bro, I think y'all just Freddie, you could keep your internet like personality when it comes to like the funny stuff you post, but like when it comes to all the shenanigans, bro, just. Even on the you talking about you gonna punch academics. I don't believe you.
I think for me, if he was more of an ethereal being, I don't want to say it like that, but someone that like just posts online and doesn't really interact with people like that, I think it'd give us that more mysterious vibe that we get from other artists where it's like, okay, we only have the music to go off of with you. We can't touch you. Even though he has the funny stuff back then, but we know we can't touch you.
I know it's so crazy because I used to see all that stuff when people used to trash him and Gary. But I used to ignore it. I'm like, this man put out Pinata. You can't tell me nothing. He gangster.
He put out a 10 out of 10 rap album. You can't say that about a lot of rappers. Yeah. Dang. But yeah, Freddie Gibbs, love you, man. Can't wait for your newest project to come out, whatever it is. Please, like you and Madlib, please come out with like a trilogy. Please come out with that third one. I am begging you. I need Freddie. I need that Mad Gibbs, B. I need that.
We're going to see, man.
We need that. But man, that was a great conversation just talking about this.
I love that album.
Oh man, but let's go ahead and move on to the discussion section of the pod because we only have one 10-year anniversary to do.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Amber Rose thinking that she deserves some compensation for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West. She was recently on Jason Lee's podcast. I think it's called The Hollywood Rumor or The Hollywood Report. Jason Lee is this guy that I think used to be with TMZ or the Daily.
Yeah, he was like a journalist, right?
Yeah, basically. And
mess.
A lot of mess. Yeah. And basically he has a podcast where he generally brings a lot of women on, usually most of the time. And basically, you know, she was talking about, Amber Rose was talking about her experiences in past, like, times with Kanye West, dating Kanye West before, obviously, Wiz Khalifa. And she was talking about how, like, you know, she was basically the model or the inspiration, the muse for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Yeah. And that she deserves some money off of that because I guess Kanye used her as inspiration and used her naked body wax sculpture as like some type of thing in a music video.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about this, B? Does she deserve some compensation?
That's her compensation right there. Would she be on Jason Lee right now without Kanye?
She wouldn't be known without either Kanye or Wiz.
No, I'm saying she wouldn't even be in Wiz's presence without
Kanye. I agree.
That's your conversation, bro. Look at all the money you made. Look at all the eyes on you. That's what it is. It's like being an intern.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say the same.
You know, thing. you get those opportunities just being it's a free job, bro. Like, but you get this exposure, and that's what happened to you. So you
became an industry chick, which could be a good thing or a bad thing the way you play it.
Yeah, but how much money it brought to you?
Yeah, I mean, you have a baby with Wiz.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's a pretty good dad.
Yeah,
because I always see him with his kid on TikTok.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem like y'all have problems because you was on his TikTok the other day.
I'm not gonna bring up the kid. I always see kids off limits.
No, kids are off limits, so I'm not disrespecting the kid. But I'm just saying,
I know
it looks like she's a good mother and that everything is. I don't want to say it paid off because she dated Kanye.
Yeah.
But because of Kanye, a lot of those events wouldn't have happened.
That's what I'm saying. Kanye put you in the, he put
different
you in the light.
space.
He put you in the light. I remember you riding in the Lamborghini with Nicki in the video. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have done that without Kanye.
I'll be real. A lot of women would love to be in that position and do stupid stuff, way more stupid stuff, for free.
I just feel like she wish she was a higher standard right now, but she didn't execute what Kanye gave her. And what happened? She didn't execute on those opportunities, man.
So I want to bounce off of your point. I think what it is she's equating her self-worth now to what she thinks how that album has grown within hip hop. She should have grown at the same rate as that, which I think she kind of has to a degree because she's, I don't want to say a household name, but she dang near invented or was captaining for the S Walk. You get what I'm saying? Like no one would have known about that if he wasn't with Kanye previously, if he wasn't in that position. And the thing is, back then you weren't known. Like because of Kanye, you have grown exponentially. And yes, your value has raised because of that, because of the opportunities that you've gotten since then. Yeah. But at that time, you weren't at that level. Kanye was at a way higher level than you, artistically and celebrity status-wise. I'm not saying that he has more worth or value than you as a person.
Yeah, because we're people. We all people. I know.
Yeah, we're all equal. But, I got
You have a name now.
Yeah, you have a name now for regular people. Yeah. You are a celebrity, like a B to A-list celebrity. Yeah. So, a lot of people would love to be in that position.
D to C level.
Amongst all celebrities or like
all
black celebrities?
Black celebrities, she's like a D.
Black celebrities, I think she's like a B. Black celebrities.
How?
No, I'm talking about amongst black people.
Nah, she's like a D, bro.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, what has she done? You got to think about all the black celebs, bro. We got a lot of black people. And Amber Rose do not compare it when in celebrity. Like Beyonce's an A-list, and you said she's a B in black people?
Who else would be B?
What do you mean, who else?
Who else would be in B?
Like, who would be a B? Let's say a B would be like I want to say a Taraji P. Henson.
You don't think she's A amongst black people? Amongst black people, not all celebrities in total. Because all celebrities in total, I'd rank her lower than D.
Okay. With black people. That's gonna be that's a whole other thing. But no,
We'd
she's
have to
not
really
B.
sit down and
Yeah,
think
she's
about
not B though. Nah,
I think so.
I don't think she's B list.
I think the lowest I'll go with C.
I'm saying she's C or D.
We could meet in the middle with C.
Cause like, bro, you gotta think about black people. We already below. So
well, I'm talking about towards black people.
Yeah.
Black celebrities to black people.
That's what I'm saying. Black people are already lower. Not like in that way.
Compared to white celebrities?
Yeah.
No, I agree, but take the white celebrities out and just, if we had to rank black celebrities to black people, who would be
like a tier list? She's on C, bro. C or D.
I just said we meet at C.
But I'm saying B's, I gotta really be thinking about people, but like, look, let me stop, bro. I'm gonna just.
We're not disrespecting someone about
I don't want to.
B is right below A.
Yeah, I don't want to rank people.
Celebrity status, we're not ranking them as a person. You know what I'm saying? We're not ranking how much money they got.
Yeah, even that. You can have a lot of money and be a dickhead. Like Elon Musk.
No, I said, but we're not ranking their personality or their money. We're ranking their popularity.
Her popularity is not a B, though. Think about it. She's on Jason Lee pro. Anyways, bro.
I mean, there's a lot of rappers that's doing YouTube 20 versus one girl thing or whatever.
They getting paid for it.
They still on it, though.
They getting paid. You know how much they throwing them a bag.
You think so?
Bro, a rapper talked about, he's like, yo, they throwing a lot of money on it. Lil Yachty was talking about it on his podcast.
We need to be on it. Hey, if you want the BBC on there,
the real BBC. No, but think it, bro. Like, V's was on there, bro. Come on, you think he's just gonna randomly do that? Like, they giving them money to do it.
I think so. I think that's a good promotion for a lot of them.
Yeah,
I didn't think that they was paying them. I thought that they was like,
they paying
I don't want to say doing it off the strength, but there was like a...
It's channels with less than 20,000 having rappers on there.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that. I just see them go viral on TikTok.
Yeah, they paying them, man.
But yeah, that's just, man. Yeah, Amber Rose, you're smoking crack. That's all I gotta say.
Big dope.
But do you want to get into this Ye and Ty Dolla $ign?
Hey, yeah. Oh yeah, you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I was thinking about watching it twice, but I was like, nah, Kanye was kind of boring in this one. And I'm not saying he has to go with the shenanigans to have an entertaining.
He was talking his talk.
Yeah, but it was. I feel like I've heard it before already. Like it was nothing new. But it was interesting to see him with Big Boy and Ty Dolla $ign.
What I really wanted to discuss is this point about him creating like all these genres. So that was something new.
We've always talked about how 808s and Heartbreaks has had a big influence on hip hop and the impact that it's had.
But you don't think T-Pain with his auto-tune had any effect on hip hop?
No, it did. I feel like T-Pain is a direct. I feel like Future's a direct baby from T-Pain's sound.
But why he think 808s did?
Because he think that he made auto-tune more popular than T-Pain.
He did not.
No, I'm not saying.
Yeah, I know you not.
Yeah.
I'm saying him like okay with Kanye ego.
Yeah.
Like you say he be trolling sometimes. I think he actually believes
So
this stuff.
here's a picture right here, and it's probably the thumbnail of if you're watching a clip version of this. But it says the 808s family tree, and stemming right from 808s and Heartbreaks, the album, it has Drake, Future, and Cudi. Stemming from Drake, it then has The Weeknd, and stemming from The Weeknd, Tory Lanez, Party Next Door, Black, and Bryson Tiller. Stemming from Future's tree, it's Young Thug and the Migos, and then stemming from the Young Thug and Migos, it's 21 Savage, Gun, and Lil Baby. Stemming from Kid Cudi's tree, because people think that Kid Cudi is a baby of 808s or Heartbreak.
He helped create it.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's
sound.
No, but my thing was that was a stupid take to say that he's a baby of 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah.
You helped create it. You helped pioneer it, kind of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they said that Kid Cudi, under his tree is Travis Scott. Then under Travis Scott is Don Toliver, Uzi, Trippie, Juice WRLD, and Sheck West. I do not agree with this tree.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Some people online were saying, is this facts? I'm just like,
I don't think so. Because like with Drake, I think we can still have a Drake because he was also influenced by Fonte, which was also singing and rapping. But a lot of his singing and rapping sounds like Fonte's. He did it. He approached it that way. And I don't know what's from 808s that gives you Drake.
The only thing from 808s that gives me Drake is maybe the more moody sounding songs in terms of like
Real Interlude, all that came out around the same year.
No. Obviously, the songs that he's rapping over, like Say What's Real or whatever the songs are so far gone. Only thing I could give him is like the super moody tracks, maybe.
I don't know. I think the 808s tree thing is overhyped.
I do think that there is some influence in there, but it's not like a direct correlation.
I think
without this, it wouldn't sound anything like this.
Because like 808s and Heartbreaks, what album actually just bro, it's influences everywhere. But when you hear like Kanye, like Late Registration, you could tell that a lot of his influences goes from like Premier and all these different. I'm talking about production wise. You could tell like No ID. You could tell his tree. You could tell where he comes from. But when you listen to like Kid Cudi, which he was already doing his little whole like singy on like all these like weird like beats. It was
he was
totally
on
different.
the actual album.
He was actually on the album. And how is that a baby from that when he helped Cudi helped influence the 808 like Kanye's direction.
Yeah. I think Kanye enlisted Cudi to help him with that sound. You can't be a baby of something that you helped create.
That's what I don't think.
The only thing that can do that is when Cudi did Man on the Moon 3 and he was a baby of Travis' sound at that point, which I'm just like, what the F? How does that go back?
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, man. I think it's overhyped with Kanye just saying that, bro.
I think what it is Kanye does, it is overhyped by Kanye, and his ego is getting the best of him in this situation. But I also think the fans are letting him do that. And I think that a lot of fans aren't knowledgeable because they didn't live through that time, so they didn't experience that time, or they just didn't experience it in general. So they're believing these takes, and they're just running with it. They're regurgitating it.
Yeah, I think Kanye, what he does, he grabs from different things. Like I told you, the whole tree of like the artists he was signing, the people that was connected to him at the time, it kind of influences his sound. So I think Kanye gets more of the credit for it because yes, he is, when it comes to him, really back in the day, he was more of a perfectionist. Like he'll make him do multiple takes. But I feel like he grabs those ideas from people and he kind of brings them to life and probably into a broader and like, he adds his spin on it and makes it better. That's why I feel like he gets more credit for some of the things he done. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't just neglect T-Pain. Even though T-Pain was like taking a different approach to auto-tune.
Because he was R&B,
but
and the hook guy.
You still got to think about what Future did with those hooks, and also adding, he started his crooning stuff, and I know Kanye was doing that as well, but T-Pain was also high notes with it, all over the place with it, you know what I'm saying? And then Jay-Z tried to kill it, you know what I'm saying? So
T-Pain said that it killed his career, basically.
But look at Kanye, his artists come out, I don't know, man, I don't know.
I think that if we were to make a tree of the 3 most influential rappers, like for like artists during the blog era, Lil Wayne would be in there, T-Pain would be in there from sound, like with the auto-tune. because everybody was using auto-tune. Well, everybody was starting to use auto-tune. I think in the cloud generation or cloud era, that's when people really shot off, the whole SoundCloud era. T-Pain, sound-wise, Lil Wayne from looks, but also from putting out a good amount of music, just like Gucci Mane. And
Kanye.
yeah, I want to say yay. I'm thinking like maybe the more weird side of like the blog era. People like a Tyler the Creator or Childish Gambino and things like that. So yeah.
Oh, Kid Cudi. I feel like Kanye influenced a lot of people when it came to his fashion as well.
He did. I'm just saying, like, not all those people from that tree that he's talking about, or that was formed, or like that he's talking about, came strictly from him.
Yeah.
Like I know, like without Lil Wayne, I feel like a lot of that tree.
Him saying that, he knew he was like.
He was trying to say something to get some views.
But like, you got to think about it. Like, bro, I'm like, bro, when did Love Below come out, bro? Like 2003.
And I feel like Love Below is like a predecessor for 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah, bro.
To me, 808s and Heartbreak is the perfected version of what Love Below.
Bro, he's taking credit for some things that he need to give Andre, like, you gotta think about Future came from that Dungeon family, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he can't just do that, bro.
Yeah.
You can't.
So you think he's stealing credit?
Yeah. And he gotta also think about, you gotta think about just the Shorty Lows. Like, you got, bro, it's people in the South that Pimp C, like, bro, the South influenced the hip hop a lot. Way like Kanye, he's tripping, bro. He can't. All right, you can say what you're saying about them guys up north, but you gotta think about the influence the South had on a lot of these Southern rappers. Like how you Lil Wayne and Thug, you made that genre.
Yeah,
you got to think of Atlanta had a whole nother style, the whole white boy, black boy swag, and like Travis Porter and all these people around that time.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't see no direct correlation of how Kanye.
Yeah, that was like why when he said that, I was like
maybe a Future, maybe I can.
But I'm just saying, you got to think about the style of like Atlanta at that time. They had remember Travis Porter and all them, bro.
I love Travis Porter.
And they used to be and all that, bro. Was totally different, bro.
For me, even though I don't want to put it right there, if I had to put a tier list of rappers that were influential, I put Gucci in the B rank. Only because of how much music he was putting out at that time with the Lil Wayne. Yeah. He was putting out a lot of music. Yeah. And a lot of rappers after that kind of followed suit. Yeah. Like Currency was putting out a lot of music.
No, Gucci's bad influential, especially in the South.
But I'm saying, like, if I had to put only like a few rappers in the top tier, it'd be Wayne, Kanye, T-Pain.
And you talking about in that era?
Like right before the blog era starts. Because I feel like the blog era is where we got to see the influences.
You said Kanye, T-Pain, Wayne. Mm-hmm. I feel like we missing somebody.
You'd put a fourth in there?
I don't know. T-Pain being there kind of feel a little weird. Even though I know from the autotune, but...
I said sonically, T-Pain is only in there sonically. Yeah. Obviously not rapping or singing ability-wise. Yeah. But you feel like we're missing one more? The only other person I can think of is maybe a Kid Cudi. Maybe.
But Cudi was, he was pretty much the blog.
Yeah, he kind of was like the start of it.
Yeah.
So I can't really put anybody else in there.
I can see it. Maybe we can, speaking of Lil Wayne.
Oh man.
So, a podcast I actually listened to, subscribed to him and everything for a minute. The Round Table. I actually like those.
The Rap Round Table.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. They from New York. I like them, bro.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying. I'm like, they sound northern.
I like them because I like they split. They got the guy in the middle. I think he's Puerto Rican. I can't think of his name. Mm-hmm. But he's like more the backpacker. And he's the backpacker holder. And you got the guys that's like mainstream. You got some in the middle because, they from New Yorkers. So they, But one of the guys on there said, Carter 3, not a classic.
It's a classic. It's a classic moment more so than a classic album because the album came out during the classic moment for Wayne itself, and that's what made me revisit Carter 2 and 3 today because he was like Carter 2 is what y'all think Carter 3 is, and I'm like,
but how I feel about Carter 2. But.
Carter 2, like I said earlier, is a better album than Carter 3 overall. If we're going for the overall in terms of like less skips, more replayability, things like that. But I think, like I said earlier, Carter 3. Is Wayne's graduation. Yeah. I feel like with Carter 2, Wayne was hungry. He was in that best rapper alive era, which he kind of still was with Carter 3. But he was really striding in that era with that and the mixtapes.
But a little bit of his moment, him bringing up the moment, also helped that album.
No, the moment completely helped the album.
Because you got to think about it. If he had that moment and put out a trash album, we wouldn't say that. But at least he put out a great album, bro. Mm-hmm. And having that Wayne moment, like he was running everything, bro, when it came to rap. Oh yeah, features, killing.
He was the king of rap,
bro. He like what he said he's gonna change his name to featuring Lil Wayne. Mm-hmm. Like, bro was everywhere. So I get what he's saying about the moment. But I think the album. I love his point too. I like it, but it's a classic album, bro.
So my thing was this: And I get what he was going at. I feel like he was looking at the term classic album just off the music.
Yeah.
To me, a classic album doesn't necessarily mean like the album has to be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
A classic album doesn't have to be that. A classic album can be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But
We
not
talked
all
about
classics
it.
are
Some
a 10
have
out
to
of 10.
skip.
Exactly. And with Carter 3, it has more skips than Carter 2. Carter 2 is a better rap album overall.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Carter 3, what it did for Wayne, him getting out of his comfortable zone with the whole different type of production that he has, which he has some really high points on Carter 3.
Yeah.
Which I think that production-wise, I think it's the more furthest out there at that time. Yeah. And I think Wayne was kind of like...
And his rapping was way better in 3.
Yeah, but I feel like Wayne was on the stride of like, on Carter 2, I'm showing y'all why I'm becoming the king of, the best rapper alive. On this album, let me display to you why.
Yeah. He showed...
So I'm just like dog.
Like 3 was a different display. Like the rapping from 2 to 3 is...
It's different. It's
totally different. 2 showed you that like he was more introspective on songs. He had really meaningful songs. He had some rock stuff. It's just 2 had another feeling. Like it felt more of like a cohesive project. And with 3, he showed you, okay, I make hits. I can make a hit with just rapping. And like I'm just showing, like you said, I'm showing you why I'm the best rapper. He displayed that. I'm gonna put the person you call the best rapper on this song. I mean, in the world, on a song with me, Mr. Carter. Who won?
Oh, Wayne.
Then he put some other dope MCs. Put Fab at the time and Jules. Great verses from all 3. Let the beat build. Bro, he displayed his rapping ability on the album. The whole Dr. Carter, he showed you his look. I can rap about being a doctor. I can rap about being an alien. I can rap about being an alien.
I didn't like Phone Home like that.
Yeah, but he still was rapping.
I get it for the point though. I get the point.
I am not this. He was still rapping. That's what I'm saying. Like the point.
I didn't like it like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad.
But I'm saying like he was showing you in different songs his ability
and
to rap.
that's why I say that this album to me was like a graduation where it puts you over these different. It puts him over these different beats that you wouldn't have got any of this type of songs on Carter 2.
Yeah.
Like these sounds are way different.
Like Misunderstood. Come on, bro. Let the beat build, bro. Come on.
I love the song You Ain't Got Nothing.
You Ain't Got
Produced
Nothing on
by
me, bro.
Alchemist?
Yeah. Yeah, but we just come on. Who had the best verse out of them 3 of them, bro?
Fab is.
Fab.
I think Jules might be at the bottom. I think Fab is
But
second.
Jules had a dope verse though.
He did. But I think I like
I'd
Fab
say
more because
Fab,
Fab
Wayne,
introed it.
Yeah, I'd say Fab, Wayne, and
But Wayne, I wish Wayne would have went on the beat, the same type of beat.
Oh yeah,
because
his died down and he just went.
Yeah, but he was going though.
Like the number after 1, I'ma get you 2. It's Weezy F you. Now you gotta have a baby. Money don't fold nor beans. Mercedes take bro.
I will say this, since I did re-listen to it, Carter 2 and Carter 3, they did drag a bit. I get it for the time though, so I don't knock it for that. But I do feel like, based off of just the music alone, if I were to just throw this to someone and be like, yeah, this is a classic album, they'd be like, why? I feel like I'd have to preface this with the moment it came out in to tell you why it's a classic album. Because for that time, it was like peak Wayne for me.
Yeah.
Like this was at the peak of Wayne's career in terms of, he was in that best rapper alive era. Yeah.
But like, 2 just has my favorite Wayne song, Hustler Music.
Oh, that song is hard.
Like, that's probably like that's a top 5, bro. We might have anybody done like a Lil Wayne ranking list?
Oh, that would be hard.
We might have to do that, but he has a lot of songs, bro.
Yeah, he has a lot of music.
For me to being a Wayne hater at that time, like I was listening to him. I'm that guy that used to be like, Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to study the person I hate. Come on.
Hey, B, he was his number 1 fan.
Hey, closetly.
Whoa.
Had to come out the closet like hell.
Whoa. But man, that was a great talking point that he had. Yeah. I know he did say one other point of saying like, people can't name any songs off that album besides the big hits. I feel like that's a lot of albums though. Yeah, like if you go to the casual mainstream person, they gonna say the biggest.
I'm saying us, I probably can do the whole title. Like we just was just going back.
Yeah, I think a hip hop head that has heard the album or people that lived through that era and actually listen to the album can name multiple songs off that. We can easily name 5 off the bat, and it not be any of the singles.
Facts.
That's just like I didn't like that talking point. He was like, no one can name more than 4 songs.
I feel like he was running out of steam on that one. He had to think of something.
I didn't like it though because I like it sometimes when people like to
he had a little sauce on there, a little sprinkle. You know what I'm saying?
He was cooking a little bit.
He was.
He started burning the food after a while.
Yeah, he started burning a little bit.
I
take it out the oven.
But he did say that. I think one of them said like Lil Wayne wasn't that great of a rapper and things like that. How they always talk on that point. Hey, but shout out to the Rap Roundtable. That was a really good discussion I saw on Twitter. I'm like,
they be having some good.
We gotta talk about.
They be having some good talking.
Yeah, I know. That's what made me find out about the I'm like, all right, I gotta listen to that.
Yeah, I think I started peeping them last year, around sometime like in the middle. Yeah, they cool, bro.
But shout out to y'all, man. Y'all doing y'all
I
thing.
rock with you boys.
Oh man, but you want to keep going? We got topics.
Hey, we got some more topics.
All right.
What you want to do?
Hold
on. This is the one out.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, intro it, man. Set the tone.
All right, man. So about a few weeks ago, I put this in there probably
for the last episode.
Yeah.
But we didn't have enough time.
So a few weeks ago, I listened to a podcast called EYL, Earn Your Leisure, and they was discussing rappers are like any like technically really black people.
Entertainers.
Yeah.
From the black community.
Giving back to their community. And I've been having this point for a few years now. It's like some stuff me and my coworker actually talked about like 2 years ago. And we had like kind of a heated debate about it. And we discussed, should rappers / like black celebrities give back to their hometowns? Give back to the community? Because with black people, we feel like that
we owe somebody something that
so we always
supposed to do.
Or we feel like, oh, the celebrity need to give back to the hood and need to do this. But look, I feel like they shouldn't.
Okay. I thought I was going to be the controversial one. I agree.
Yeah. I feel like they shouldn't. Because I feel like sometimes in the community they come from, they be rough neighborhoods, they be this, and sometimes that community didn't give nothing to you. So why would you give back to it? So usually, most people try to get back to their family, their mom. Or some people get back to their school because the school helped me develop as like an athlete or something like that. It was just, I know if me and you thinking the same, we'll probably be on the opposite aisle of this.
We're the Republicans versus Democrats. I want you to know.
Yeah.
But I'm all right with this stuff.
I'm all right with this topic.
I completely, I stay with you.
It's even like with my mom. I remember I had a conversation with my mom, and I was like, yo, if I won the lottery, I'm not just going to give you $1 million. I'm not going to just give you this money. Because, like, you got to look at all the stories, bro. All this stuff, bro. I'm not saying don't give back. I'm just saying the way we give back, we're just blindly to give people back.
Okay, I was literally about to say
and
that.
they come and get the money, and you know what I'm saying?
They,
I'm saying
they F it up because they don't have financial literacy or anything.
Right, and like Logic and his, you ever saw that? You saw that conversation with Logic and his dad?
I always saw the part where he was blaming his dad for something.
It was a really good conversation with him. Like, yo, you wanted $800,000 to buy a house. My sister want a house. My brother want a house. How I'm gonna give all y'all money? And he's like, you know how many times I gave out countless money to family members and they blow it and they ask for it again? Just because I got money, yeah, I have money, but like, I just can't keep giving you money, then I'm gonna be broke.
Yeah. I mean, it's like this one saying my dad told me. If you give every homeless person that asks you a dollar, you're going to end up in the same place as they are. So it's like, you just can't do that because with that mentality, it's just, you're just reaching. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you teach a man to fish.
Fish.
Was it?
You
take
got
a man
fishing and then
you give him a fish. Oh, like, he eats for that day. You teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. And it's one of those things where we shouldn't give blindly to anything. We shouldn't go into anything blindly. We shouldn't vote blindly. We shouldn't give money blindly.
Right.
We shouldn't donate blindly.
Right.
We should actually look into these things that we do want to invest in because these things are somewhat of an investment.
Facts.
If I'm giving my family members some money, I got to teach them like, yo, like this money came from me working. Yeah. You're getting this because you're related to me. I love you.
Right.
But you need to not make a stupid decision because I'm giving you this money and I put time and effort into this that I can never ever get back. Can I get money back again? Of course. But can I get that time that I worked for that money back? No.
So like even like me when I invest now, like when I was younger, like learning how to invest into like stocks and stuff. Now I look at the report of the freaking company. Now I'm learning more about like, okay, what is do these companies give dividends? What was their peak last year? Like who are they investing in?
Are they growing over the actual years and not just like a few days?
Let's see their growth. Or like I'm looking at these things now. It's the same thing if I have money, Chase come to me and be like, hey yo, I need 20 bands. I'm like, why? And I want to know why. I can't just give you 20 bands. Only if we have that relationship of like, oh, I know he's going to give it back because he always, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think you should just blindly give back to your neighborhood because I know people, you know, from stories like athletes that built courts and stuff in their neighborhoods, actually help with like different apartment complexes, doing all this type of stuff, and it gets destroyed. Because these people that's in these neighborhoods, it's not their fault that they're in this situation. How it was, you know, we can go into like, you know, we can go into like reconstruction and go into like just like civil rights and how black people was pushed to the side. We can go into all that stuff, but a lot of these people didn't have nothing. So how you gonna give somebody that never have nothing something? they ain't gonna know how to treat it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't just blindly do this. Like, remember the time when Jay-Z was like trying to do like a cryptocurrency, of course, to people in the hood?
Yeah. And people was like, mad at him because he wasn't just giving them the money or something like that.
So I'm like, you can't just give them the money. Like, they'd be like, oh yeah, I'm broke.
But you also
need money.
I get that standpoint from a point of like, I need to figure out how to eat tomorrow and not how to invest for next year. I get that point, but also, just because you need to eat today, you might go F this money up that I just gave you on McDonald's instead of going to the grocery store and grocery shop.
I'm trying to teach you something, but it's up to you to want to be, taught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
you have to be coachable. That's my boy NTR says.
Hey, you gotta be coachable, bro. I don't know. I just wanted to get this off because I don't know if most people talk about this, bro. But because we always hear, you gotta give back. You gotta give back. I don't disagree with that. I disagree with the point of like, you make the money, you give back automatically with no context.
Yeah.
I just don't like
this. Is my thing. And I know this is different because we come from two different places. Do they have this type of conversations for white people who come from poor neighborhoods?
Nah, they don't have to give back.
I know this is a different cultural thing,
but
I don't know, when it comes to black people, like we have this so-called tie or like we owe this person like, oh yeah, my mom did this for me. I gotta do that for her because she did it for me. I'm doing this because I love my mom.
Right.
But she was supposed to do that. Yeah. You are my parent. You were supposed to feed me.
I didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying?
That was your responsibility.
It was your responsibility.
But because I love my mom, I will give her, whatever she wants if it's affordable in my means.
But
you know what I'm saying?
You got to think, like us as black people, like, yes, we have a different experience when it comes to like how we feel about the world and this country. That's why our thought processes of like how someone else like who they date outside their race, like it's like, even not saying that other cultures don't feel that way, but with us it's like it's different because look what this particular group of people did to us, and look what why would you trust them with your money, or why would you be a part of this network? Why you just won't sign with a black this or black that? But like every skin folk ain't kinfolk. A black person can mess you over now. Look at all the stuff like with people with Diddy. Like when it comes to even not even the funny business, just with the music business. Look what Steve Stout, Damon Dash, and all these people. They still they still have problems, and it's not just us that have the problems. It's in every community. But with us, we feel like we owe someone. We owe each other something because we black, bro.
Loyalty that we
yes,
have
bro. It's like with voting
because
bro.
because of our skin.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
I just think like this. I don't think white people have this type of like. Not brotherhood, but like this type of like of debt to each other was like, oh, we're both white, we gotta look out for each other, dude. Like, when it comes to white people, it just seems like they just look out for whoever they can look out for. With us, it's like, oh, you gotta look out for me because I'm black. I'm like you. No, you're not, dog.
Yeah, you're not. It's like, bro, how I look at it, bro, I move off character, bro. Like, so that's how I've been living my life. I always did. I never looked at nobody no other way. Just because they a different skin tone to me. Because you can't control what you was, and I can't control what I am.
But we can control what we do.
We control what we do. And what I live my life as being a good person. And yes, you can give back. That's being a good person. But also do your due diligence, bro. Don't just give up blindly.
Yeah, because if you're just giving back, it's like one of those things where they say like, when people do those donation or charity things, they give back to Africans for that one event or whatever, then they go right back to where they was. It's like, if you're going to give back, have it actually have some meaning or some impact. Like, just know that, if I give you this money, they're going to be good after this, but no, they're just going to F it up because they don't have, I said, the financial literacy or the thought process of, let me go grocery shopping instead of going to the, just spending it on this stupid chain or whatever.
And look how athletes go broke, rappers go broke. They have
people who win the lottery go broke.
Yes, bro, because you give these people these bunch of money that they don't know how to manage.
That they never had and probably never had.
And like you got to think about it like with athletes, rappers. Like they have big entourages. They try to put their whole friends on, their family on. They give them all a job. And they only really being roadies. They don't give them a job. Like what LeBron did, he actually gave his friends a job, and he actually had people around him to teach them the job. So they could continue making money, not just with him, but with others.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. He gave people a job, and he put mentors around them. And now look at them. They have their own businesses. They're thriving right now, and that's the way you're supposed to do it. That's all I wanted to say really about it. I just had to get that off my chest because I get sick of people. I be seeing comments of like, oh, you should do this, you should do that.
But do you think that comes from like a victim mentality?
Yeah, bro. Bro, we love playing victim, bro. Not just we as blacks, but just people love to be a victim. Even the people that's not victims, they want to be victimized.
Yeah, which is it's weird. It's like a
You
fetishization.
yeah, bro. You could be a
victim.
victim, but not have that victim mentality, bro. Like, yeah, you're a victim of this, but don't let that be. Don't let that.
Don't let that define you.
Yeah, don't put
Like,
that on your
move past
sleeve.
it.
Yeah, move past it. Not even just keep going, man.
Not move past it as in like, oh, you just gotta forget it. Like it never happened. Like no, like okay, you got it, you internalize it, you understand it, but you gotta learn that can't be the one thing that holds you back because life keeps going, time keeps going, nothing stops for anybody.
And you got to think about it. If you stand in that past, how you gonna move on in the future, bro?
Bars.
Hey man,
yes, cook.
I'm just dropping the gems, bro. It's up to them to pick it up.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like I dropped out of PE, man.
Hey,
you dropping gems.
I'm just saying, man. You can't be stuck in the past, man.
All right, man. But
that was just a little food for thought. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're gonna be speaking about something in the past too, because Trippie Redd, your boy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your boy, man.
Hey, man. Hey, we're gonna keep this one short and sweet. I just wanted to say, Trippie, bro. What's up, man?
Trippie Redd is an artist that I discovered during the Clout era, a few years ago, I guess. Not over 10 years ago, but
what, 2015?
During the XXX and them, like when they was running it on SoundCloud.
Him and
X,
the other guy,
6ix9ine. Yeah, they was running together.
The first time I heard them together, I remember 6ix9ine said, "Put a hole in the air like a dolphin." I said, "That's kind of hard." I was like, "That's kind of hard."
I mean, they had a little run together or whatever they was doing.
Then they beefed.
Yeah, wasn't a song called like Pole 6ix9ine or something like that?
Let him go, let him go,
yeah.
let him go.
But I think around that time, Trippie Redd, he was like on the come up. He was this guy that kind of sounded like Uzi. He was messing with X at the time. Yeah. He had this unique sound. Yeah. Trippie was on the come up. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like a XXL freshman at one point.
He was.
And he's had a pretty good career. He had a pretty good early career, I will say that. I feel like a lot of people have criticized him in the most recent years because of some of the musical choices that he's made, like with his Mansion music album, which I heard people hated that. I mean, sales and people's comments on things are definitely different. Just because something sells well doesn't mean that it is good.
And I'm going to be honest. This conversation came out from a clip from Twitter. I'm not a Trippie Redd stan. I haven't listened to a Trippie Redd album since like Love Letter 4 or 3. When he's like...
on the skateboard.
Looking like a rocket power guy.
The song with Juice, and it had Juice WRLD on it with a freestyle.
Like, I love that song.
I think the last project I listened to was... Not Life is a Trip, but that album was pretty good.
But I'm just bringing this up. I'm bringing this topic up just for the people out there that's having this conversation. And if you listen to this podcast, I want y'all to continue having this discourse if y'all want, and maybe it can get through the Trippie. So that's all really I want to do. Didn't want to make a big fuss about it. I just wanted to get through the Trippie, bro. You had a line in that song. You want an abortion? Need an abortion or something.
It just
come on, man.
It felt like a cry for help, and I felt like it was one of those things where. Young Boy said on one song like he wanted to unalive himself.
Yeah, like come
I'm just
on,
like,
man.
whoa. This just feels. I don't want to say unprofessional, but this feels like very low quality music.
I'm going to HR. I'm like, bro, where's the rapping HR?
I felt harassed listening to that song.
Man.
Like, dog, you just spilled to me information I did not need to know.
Yes, bro. So
I don't know. It's like Trippie's fall from grace has to be studied because the way he's fallen, and people are saying like he has one of the worst album runs of all time in hip hop, especially on a mainstream level. It's crazy to see. Like the fall from grace people could have. Has Trippie fallen from grace? Is he washed?
And we're gonna put this out there now. We want y'all to have the discussion in the comment section.
Yeah, don't be trying to kill us like Trippie Redd still makes good music. His sales are #1 peak.
Trippie fans, let us know, man.
Yeah, but Trippie, I don't know what she was doing there, but
I need an abortion.
No, please don't do that again.
Yeah. But hey, B, I had another topic in here.
Oh God.
I saw a tweet. This is another short and sweet, quick hit at the end of the hit. It's like a quick hit way at the end. Well, anyways, so I saw this tweet from Maddie. Eminem, the most protected rapper in history. These dudes will have no problem dissing each other, but they will defend that man every chance they get. Speak about it, B. I know you have a little Eminem hate in your heart.
I don't hate anyone. I just heavily dislike his music.
When I say
the one time I did like his music was when he did that album with Royce the 5'9", Bad Meets Evil. Man. I did enjoy that, mostly for Royce. Yeah. But Eminem is not a bad rapper.
Do you think he's protected? You think people scared to diss him, or you think they don't want to feel the wrath of the M?
No. What, you talking about rappers?
That's what he said. He feel like Eminem is the most protected rapper in history. These dudes will have no problem dissing each other, but they will defend that man every chance they get.
I mean, the only person that dissed Eminem in the recent years, Benzino.
MGK.
MGK. The Game.
The Game.
But I think that was like a playful diss type thing. Yeah. But then again, I think he might have
Melly Mel.
Yeah, that's the guy I was thinking about. Melly Mel. But I just think the thing is like, what would be the reason that someone beefs with Eminem? I feel like Eminem is one of those people that really doesn't go out of his way to harm anybody. He doesn't say anything crazy. I mean, he was pandering a few years ago with that freestyle against Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I don't care how you feel about... Yeah.
Put a hand in the hand.
Yeah, that whole freestyle was just kind of corny.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
But that freestyle was bad. It just felt like very panderish.
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to aim to a certain crowd and please them.
My pee is bright yellow. I'm quite...
Oh, God. Eminem was protected more by fans than anything.
I think Eminem is protected because...
You said unprotected?
I think he is protected.
But my thing is like, what does he do for someone to want to diss him?
What you mean? Oh, nobody... I'm just saying he's protected. Like, you could diss him, but I feel like he's protected. He's like one of those guys. He's a legend, bro.
I feel like Lil Wayne is too.
Lil Wayne is very protected.
Yeah, I feel like he's more protected than Eminem.
You think he's more protected? He could be.
I thought Kendrick would have been at that place too before this last album came out.
The last album not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. I'm not saying
it's not even bad.
But a lot of people were saying that this album wasn't good.
But they said the same thing about To Pimp a Butterfly. They said the same thing about Damn.
I don't see that people saying that now.
Yeah, because they focus on the new album. Mm-hmm. Bro, people say that and watch and like bro, I started seeing people like, yo, man, that Miles Morales, well, what's it called? Miles Morales and the Big Steppers is all right.
Oh, Mr. Morales. Talking about Miles Morales. Spider-Man and the Big Steppers. What?
They was like, yo, man, it's pretty good or whatever. Like, I just feel like people kind of judge like that first listen and they get to tweeting. Bro, chill out, bro. Like, listen to the album at least a few times. Bro.
I think you should be able to give your first impressions, but make sure you kind of emphasize that it's your first impressions.
Yeah, I feel like some people don't go, oh yeah, but even though they'll be like, why do I have to say all that? I want to get these likes. Like, all right, real quick, I was, I be on YouTube, so I watched a dude do a Schoolboy Q review. Mm-hmm. Bro just crapped on the album, on the new album. First, like, just crapped on it.
He doesn't have good taste.
I'm like, dang, bro. He was just like, oh yeah, the beat switching. I never felt like it was a song like this and that. I'm like, bro, yeah, this has to be your first listen, bro. Like, actually listen to the album, bro. Some of this stuff, like, it clicks. Like, listen, like the third listen, bro. Sometimes our brain just be like, all right, this is new. We gotta actually.
Could be sensory overload.
Yeah, could be. But that's all I wanted to say. But
I think
Eminem,
Lil Wayne is a lot more protected. But
you think Lil Wayne more protected? I feel like a lot of the legends are protected. Hove is protected.
I do as well.
Yeah, I just feel like that's natural.
Ain't nobody saying nothing.
But what he's
they better not either. I'll be on.
So Maddie on Twitter, bro. I understand what you're trying to say, but it's not just M. And I think I know what way you was trying to go, bro. And just don't.
See, I thought he was talking about amongst hip hop fans. That's how I read it. I didn't realize he meant rappers dissing.
He meant rappers, bro. And I know why he's saying it, bro. I'm not even gonna say it. I know why he's saying it, bro. It's just stupid. Yes, bro. That's why they try to say. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta stop it, bro. They gotta stop.
Oh
it, bro.
My gosh.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man. But for the last topic of the podcast,
breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah, we just recently heard a J. Cole snippet from, I guess, his newest album that should be coming out sometime this year, The Fall Off.
Yeah.
And we listened to it. We can give our thoughts on it, I guess. How did you feel about the snippet?
I feel like he was rapping.
I literally heard the snippet when you came over. And we listened to it.
I feel like he was rapping, but he wasn't saying nothing. He was just like, I can put these words together. It's just J. Cole rapping.
B, would you say that J. Cole was yap rapping?
He was yapping. He was just chatting. He was just chatting, bro. Like, what's the new snippet called? He on a bike. He's tried so hard to be so humble. Like, I'm on a bike and I'm rapping around you. I'm in New York. I'm rapping around. J. Cole, I'm on a bike.
So I feel like what J. Cole does is, and I'm not saying J. Cole is a bad rapper.
No, he's not.
He's not a bad rapper at all. He's nowhere close to being a bad rapper. But I feel like what he does is he does a lesser version of what Nas does, and he just raps a lot at you at one time, and you think because you hear a lot of words, you thinking he's saying something of substance. Really, he's just probably saying an actual full sentence.
And they'll hear like one line like, ooh, that line was crazy. But what did he say? Like, what, did that connect to anything like that? He just randomly just said a cool little simile or something.
Because I think J. Cole is a good rapper. I'm not going to definitely knock that, especially amongst this generation now. He's been holding it down since the blog era, since what, early 2010s?
It's like, who is he competing with? Drake don't really, like, okay, when y'all got back on that track together, Drake kind of did his thing on that.
I honestly thought that him and Drake was going to come out with maybe a little EP together. Because he was on the Scary Hours EP too.
Yeah.
No, my bad.
And y'all try to force him and Kendrick together, but it's in a totally different plane. Kendrick don't even want to rap like he not trying to show you he's a better rapper. Yeah, he's not even trying to show you like his skills. Like, you know that. He's on a different thing right now. He's trying to show his artistry.
So do you feel like J. Cole currently is still trying to prove something?
Yeah, he raps like he's still trying to prove.
Do people think that he's in the lower third?
Yeah, he said it in the line, but he's like, I forgot that song. It was in one of his recent songs. He said in the line, like, they saying that he's number 3 or whatever. But he's like, I'm just speaking from the fan. I'm not saying that. Of course, I think I'm better than her. But nah, bro, you don't. I don't feel that confidence, bro. I think you still trying to prove to somebody. That's why you have dirty sneakers on and you riding around New York on a bike. Like, bro, you still trying to prove that you like this humble guy and that you rap really well. But, bro, it's not going to get across to us, man. Especially the people like me. We know who you are, man. You ain't like that, bro. You just not.
They gonna kill you.
Hey, bro, I was just saying, bro.
They gonna unalive you.
Bro, he was just riding a bike, like rapping, like it wasn't even all that.
I just think that the snippet was cool. It doesn't hype me up for the album, but from the production, it does seem like the production is going to be pretty good for the album itself. From the snippets that we have heard so far, I think it's going to be pretty good because I'm just tired of that era that J. Cole was only producing his own stuff. And I just
like Big Crit, yeah, no,
stop that.
Him and Crit was like
stop that. Because the one time Crit didn't produce his own stuff, we got a super mid album,
bro. This fool Big Crit was for to put out a project with Yellow Wolf called Country Cousins. That man was wilding, bro.
Why you stuck in the past?
Bro, he was wilding.
Why you stuck in the past?
Because, bro. I'm
not disrespecting
hey, bro, come on, man. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so he wanted to forget it.
I tried to bury it in my brain. Because I remember that. I'm like, Crit, please, God, no. If anything, God, no. Do that with Sci-Hi. Yeah. I would love for you to do that with Sci-Hi.
Yeah.
Don't do it with Yellow Wolf.
But anyways, with J. Cole, we also have Royce was on a JBP.
And he said that J. Cole is the only rapper that seems to be competitive in this day and age of rapping, and that as the younger generations come, hip-hop kind of strays further away from lyricism being the main focus of the actual music itself. Which I do agree with that. I think I agree with both points itself, but I can't say that J. Cole's the only competitive one. I think J. Cole is competing
with himself.
Exactly. I'm about to say that. Because there's rappers in the FB, we leaking right now. Because there's rappers in the underground like a Rock Marciano, like Boldy James. Bro. They are rapping.
Bro.
They are rapping on that side, B.
Bro, all right.
But I get it because he said from what he sees.
You know what J. Cole can do that are like, all right, if J. Cole hit up like a like a Royce. Not like a Royce. They have a song together though. Mm-hmm. Him and Royce, let's just see y'all just rap. Let's say J. Cole do something with Black Thought. Let's just see y'all rap. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to put people in it like that's known in the mainstream.
That's legendary,
yeah,
but also
but that's rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see you go back and forth with them type of guys. Like I know you did Babalo Boat or whatever song with Royce. Good song. But Royce, his pocket was different because he was on his concepts.
And he was trying to he was
telling the story. J. Cole was rapping. He rapped on that joint. But I want to see y'all do a little spitterific song, and we gonna see who's superior.
Yeah, I think my thing is, I get Royce's point, and I do agree with the other point of hip hop kind of straying away from lyricism. Yeah. I think we've been past that though. Yeah. Past that point because I feel like that kind of happened during the Bling era. Like with a 50 Cent, with a Nelly.
And also, you got to look at it. The top 3 rappers in the NBA, right? I said NBA. Yeah, in rap right now, right? Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar, he's a lyrical guy. Drake could be a lyrical guy. He can rap, but he wants to be a superstar. Mm-hmm. Kendrick wants to be this artist, and J. Cole's competing with himself, wanting to be the best.
Because none of them other guys are in his lane. They all kind of master and major in one different field: pop star, artistry, just rapping ability. Yeah. Being an MC.
And he tried the whole, he tried a concept album, right? With 4 Your Eyes Only.
KOD whenever the kid's on drugs and how he's rapping from one of them. People was trying to make up so many theories about the album. This album really means this.
That album was not it, bro.
Yeah, the only J. Cole album I haven't listened to was the 4 Your Eyes Only one. So I can't speak on
that album right there, man.
But either way, I think J. Cole is a good rapper. He's definitely top tier amongst the mainstream. But I just think my thing is he's not the only good rapper out there. And I get it, but for me, someone like Royce, you should kind of know who's out there like doing their thing, especially as someone who did 2 albums with Premier, and it's kind of more in the undergroundish lane, like a Bodie James, like a Rock Marciano,
But
the whole Griselda.
You know who
camp.
else rapping they butt off right now? Black Thought, bro. He putting out something like every year now.
But I think he means like of the younger generation, not like people.
I know, but bro, we
his
talking
ilk.
about rap, bro.
Overall.
Yeah, we talking about rap, man. We
Dog.
talking about rap.
Do you have any Black Thought projects you would recommend to people? Like solely Black Thought, not the Roots, because the Roots is
Well,
it's easy
anything he's putting out now. Like he put out the joint last year. It's another stream of thoughts. Come on, man.
I mean, either way, I get it though, because Royce is like, a Black Thought isn't going to be competing with a J. Cole. Black Thought is solidified.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
his
want
art
to
is
see him
solidified,
rap. I want to see
he's
him
still
rap.
like, he's still to me, Black Thought is in that Nas era right now, where you still just want to get your, you want to dust your kicks off every now and then, and show people like, yo.
But who is J. Cole competing with? Like he's rapping, bro. Like yeah, J. Cole, you be rapping, but it's like
I don't think anyone in his stratosphere, because Drake, I mean, he maybe tried to prove something was scary. I was like, oh, I could do this, but I'm going to give y'all a little bit of this because this isn't what makes me money like that.
it's crazy that I enjoy Scary Hours more than any J. Cole thing I in the last like 4 or 5 years. And it's like what 5, 6,
about 5 songs.
5 songs, bro. Bro, I just think J. Cole, bro. I just think this, man. You're not a good songwriter, bro, in my opinion. You can rap, but you don't put things together very well, in my opinion, bro. I think Drake, Kendrick, they just the better package.
This kind of goes into our talk that we was talking about earlier.
well,
While I was saying like how Jay-Z is a better artist overall. He is the Kendrick. But J. Cole's like the Nas. Whereas like you're a great MC, but you don't make.
You know what
great
Nas do
songs
technically,
like
bro? Like Nas made
I'm
a
saying
song.
if I had to compare the two.
I can't do it because Nas Kendrick has some Nas in him too, a lot of Nas in him. Especially with like, come on, Nas made a whole song in reverse.
Talking about Rewind?
I'm saying like, when would J. Cole do something like that?
Well,
Kendrick, I'm just saying that's what Kendrick gives that from like Nas. Like Nas do that type of stuff, bro. Nah, bro, J. Cole just like he's still competing with himself. He can't even compare him to nobody in the back.
Dang.
He just on that bike rapping in circles.
I tried to throw J.
Around
Cole a
and
bone.
around and stuff.
I tried to throw J. Cole a bone. I'm sorry, J. Cole. I couldn't defend you on this one. I've been listening to your new album though. I mean, we both
gonna check it out
for an album review.
And his last album wasn't bad.
Oh, Off Season was good.
Yeah, it's
I actually want to get that album on vinyl.
Yeah, I actually
not right now. It's
I
not
won't do that. He looked dusty on that, bro. That cover's sick.
I kind of like the cover.
I don't like that cover.
I like the cover for For Your Eyes Only. Hey, he's like in a, like a dead, like I mean not dead, but like a very empty background. Kind
I don't like none of his
like
covers.
a basketball court. I like Sideline Story cover, and I like the one.
All his covers look like
they kind of look like super like someone amateur Photoshop did this.
It looked like a CW show. Like it gives you like CW show vibe.
I thought you was about to say UPN. I don't know why I thought UPN.
But like Drake and Kendrick, they like this. Like,
Drake's album covers kind of be horrible though.
Huh?
Certified Lover Boy. Honestly, never mind.
I actually wasn't even talking about the album covers, bro. I was just talking about just the quality.
Why is this becoming a J. Cole roast?
Hey, yo. This is it for the BBC podcast.
You just laid his BBC out all on J. Cole just now. You just laid it on the table for J. Cole.
My bad. Hey, J. Cole, I love you, bro. This is all entertainment, man. Like, you guys can watch the whole video, then y'all can see this part of me. I just like to joke around sometimes.
Yeah. Troll.
I like to troll. A little bit of truth in my trolling, but...
Hey, B, was you inspired by Kanye? You know he invented trolling.
Hey, man.
From 808 to Heartbreak.
I'm a tree of Kanye myself. Look at, come on, man. Look at my hat.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, who inspired that hat? That G looks close to a 3.
Nah,
who wore the 3? Chance. Without Chance? Bro. Hey, I'm just saying.
This is actually a Negro League hat. I can't think of the name of them. Anyways, it's a nigga league.
But that's it for the BBC, man. Make sure you check us out on all places that you can stream podcasts, whether that be YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. You already know where to find
And leave those comments and ratings on the podcast episode because we got an email today. And we wanna see that reflection out there and see what you guys think in the comment section, bro. Just tell us in the podcast. I think you only do it in Apple Podcasts.
You can
right?
do and Spotify.
You
Spotify you can
now?
rate it too. Okay. But also on Spotify you can watch the podcast.
Yeah, you can watch it as well. But guys, man, give us some ratings on everything.
Yeah. But I think that's about it. Make sure you follow us on all our socials. Links will be in the description down below. And the reaction or the full episode to the Rap Roundtable, that will be in the description down below if you guys want to check out their podcast and check out that segment of that video right there because it was a hilarious moment. But my name is Chase the Dark Sage.
I'm T.
Peace. Oh, man.
So much fun.
We going to get killed.